Boom, boom. How y'all doing? How we doing? How we doing? Why is this thing set up all kind of funny? Oh, hold on. Let me see something. Okay, there we go.
Hello.
BX, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I was over there on YouTube. You still for the culture still live?
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah.
We
But
have a lot of
it's just with the time. I wanted to make sure we got because we got other stuff to do. So I just wanted to make sure we can get the stuff flowing, especially because with technical issues we've been having, we kind of ain't posting nothing in a couple days on the channel. So I don't want us to get behind.
it's a hi ZZ.
Hello, hello.
There's a lot of new FBA pages going up. So we had like an unofficial town hall, safe space type of thing. And a lot of things
Okay.
came out on how we're moving. If we drop the ball on some things, doxing, we're seeing some of the lineage, some who are questionable. And if by ethnic should make a decision as to remove the word black from our ethnonym for over 50 million black Americans, that type of stuff. So that's where I'm coming from. It's really a draining, energy draining time. And so I was just telling everybody, no matter what your religious or spiritual faith system is, make sure you tap in and do your spiritual maintenance, because there's a lot of different energies on this app, and not
Yeah.
everybody's going to keep it A1. So use your discernment, guys, and put up boundaries, even with those of the lineage, if they're moving funny.
You right about that.
Mm-hmm. Um. Yeah, that's true. Now we wanted to have this conversation with a lot of people who didn't get to join the conversation from last night, and we're gonna have this conversation again.
Egregious. I'm glad we're doing a part two though.
You said what?
So I'm glad we're doing a part two though for sure. What's other
Yeah.
people on the chat last night? That's insane.
It was like 14 people,
That's insane.
and like it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. 14 people ready to go up. So we're gonna have this conversation. Why are immigrants mad at Black Americans over ICE? All right. Let me tell you guys why I think they're mad based off of some of the stuff that I've heard from them. They're mad because they feel as if our lack of support for number one, the Democratic Party, number two, Kamala Harris in particular, is the cause of this. They know for a fact, and everybody understands, that the couch vote is what really won the last election. Okay? It was a whole lot of FBAs who sat out this last past election because we knew Kamala Harris was anti-black and Donald Trump was anti-black, and we decided not to go with either one. So because of that, the chips fell where they may, and Donald Trump won the election. And everybody knew this is where Donald Trump stood on the issue with ICE. Now, this is something also, on the other hand, that a lot of FBAs say is a policy that they can get behind. That they can get behind the deportation of the a bunch of illegal immigrants and the closing of the loophole of the birthright citizenship. All right. So this is something that we just happen to be in alignment with on one of his policies. And I think they're mad because they wouldn't be in this situation at all if the Democrats won. They wouldn't be in this situation not only if Kamala won, they wouldn't be in this situation if the Democrats won the House or the Senate. But the fact that we all set out and allowed the Republicans to get the House and the Senate and the presidency allowed the Republican Party to pretty much have a complete takeover. And because they have a takeover, that means that ICE is pretty much going unchallenged. The Democrats, you have governors and mayors and all of this. They've been trying to put whatever legislation that they want to out to protect them, but it's not working. Ain't none of that stuff is working for real. I think That's one of the reasons why they're mad. And that they're seeing, because this ICE right here, ICE is so televised. ICE has been more televised than it ever has been. You've never seen where you can turn on your news and see people getting arrested by ICE agents. Not like this before. This has been the most ICE has been televised, period. And even though you're seeing that, you're not seeing a whole bunch of FBAs be all like, oh no, we gotta fight ICE. We gotta battle against this and fight for our immigrant brothers and sisters. You're not really seeing that. You've seen a lot of protest. You've seen the No King's Day protest. You've seen protest against ICE, protest against Donald Trump, all of this stuff. You ain't really seen us be that involved. And this is what they're noticing. I think the reason why they're mad is because they have viewed us as their saviors and protectors from this stuff that they are able to abuse, that they are able to disrespect, that they are able to really backstab, honestly. That's why. And now they're mad because the jig is up.
Could I add something real quick?
Hold on. We're gonna be quick.
We're
gonna be quick because I do have a YouTube live to get to.
Okay.
So I don't want to be too long, but I wanted to do this part 2. So I'm gonna let the co-host go ahead. ZZ, go ahead. You get to, I guess, open it up. Say what you want to say, and then BX will set the decorum, and then we'll get to everybody in the order that they came up.
All right. Yeah. Most definitely. I'm glad you brought that point up too, that ICE is being so televised, because it is, for sure. And that's stirring a lot of feelings for people just seeing the coverage of it, and so much, not only just on mainstream, but on social media, the people covering it themselves. So yeah, but yeah, I'm glad we're having this conversation again, because people are wrong. They're sending their energy in the wrong direction. We are not in control of that, although I'm for it, because y'all got to go. You got to go. We've already made that clear.
Wait, y'all ain't even from this continent, though. None of you guys are.
No. Here's the thing. You're losing your argument by interrupting.
I'm from here. You guys aren't from here, though.
You see this? You see
from
how
here,
they're
you're
mad?
not.
You see,
amazing.
What's so hard to?
Okay, all right. Well, since you don't know,
What's so hard to understand about that, though?
Hold on.
That's amazing.
You're gonna have.
We just got started. Damn.
Is that $5, y'all? Is he $5?
He said they. So I don't think so. He was referring to them. I think he was referring to the $5. I'm not sure. He said they. Oh wow, that's amazing though. He that trigger. We only 5 minutes in. That's crazy as hell. But anyways, yeah, y'all got the energy towards, just like that damn Tether, whoever the fuck he was that was just up here. Y'all putting your energy towards the wrong people. Again, I can understand. I can feel for some of these people that are fleeing for some from their countries, war torn or WAR torn or whatever. Some of the women and children. But first of all, a lot of these people are men. A lot of these people are military-aged men. Go build, okay? Y'all are supposed to be the fighters and protectors. Y'all got to get back. Y'all at least got to get back to your goddamn homelands. So you should be, for some of these women, y'all should be mad at your men, because y'all got to get back to your homeland and y'all need them to go back. And also y'all have had ample time to prepare at this point, baby. We are past the election season. Trump already told y'all what he was going to do. He was going to get in office. Now we're a year into his presidency, baby. Y'all got more than enough time. It's just like them damn Somalis out there in Minnesota. They was already out there getting the Latinos, and then when they come for y'all, they turn and look at y'all. Y'all acting surprised. Nigga, it's time to go. It's been time to go. So you've had ample time to prepare for it at this point. And they're mad that now you're running out of time and ain't nobody coming to save y'all. We're not coming to save y'all because we worry about ourselves. We're trying to get this reparations problem. We worried about delineation. We don't have time to worry about why you want to be here or if you should be here, baby. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, especially if you're illegal. And some of you illegals, y'all got to go. So yeah, it is what it is. That hardworking culture it's impossible to have a hardworking culture if you're not within your homeland actually working hard. So yeah, it is what it is.
Let's get you 100, because I got something to say about that. Okay, let's get you 100 Willow Tree.
Hi everyone. I am Black. I go for Foundational Black American. I'm definitely over 50. So, but the prompt says, "Why are immigrants mad at Black Americans?" when are they not mad at us? I want to know. Um, when we do make things nice and easy and be open to them, they
Give
were
your hazard song.
they were.
Shut your ass up.
Hold on.
Are you worried about my hazard, sir? Do you even drive?
We
Are
can
you
give
you
you
an Uber
hazard
driver?
pay.
Is that what it is?
Let me ask this
Are you
question
doing that?
because we're not gonna do this if you're gonna keep cutting off. Let me ask you this question since you have Myron Gaines up here. Do you watch Fresh and Fit?
Yeah.
You like them, right?
Yeah.
And Myron, in
This is why I
particular,
date
right?
white women. You can just hear the hostile right away. It's
Hold on.
crazy. Yeah.
Where are you from? What are you? You're white. You're white.
No, I'm
No,
African American.
he's a
So
Somali.
Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me ask this question then. Let me ask this question. Myron doesn't like black girls. He said it himself, right?
well, I mean the way they act.
Okay. He doesn't.
You don't
Okay,
like
I
Come
get
on.
it. Stop. You don't have to explain Myron.
Yeah.
It's a yes or no question, dude.
Yeah,
But my
bro.
question.
Nobody
Hold
cares you're
on.
a
Let me
simp.
ask the
Bro,
question.
nobody cares you're a simp. Come on, host.
No, nobody could. No, I just want this question asked. Okay.
It's
If he
asked,
does,
not acts.
okay. If he doesn't like, here's the thing. Y'all don't like black girls, right? You don't like black girls. Why did you come here? You came here. Let me ask this question to
I'm here.
everybody, right? All of the red pill men who don't like black girls, they're around a lot of black girls. Y'all notice that? Notice how Myron Gaines, he's always talking about how he doesn't like black girls and he can't stand black women and black women is black women. They're always on his
Never
show.
said that.
They're always on his show.
Never said
He's always bringing them up. He doesn't like black girls at all. Oh, I can't stand black women. They're this, they're that, they're this. He has more black girls on his show than white girls do. I'm just saying, for all of the quote unquote alpha men and the red pill men, manosphere men, whatever they call themselves today, they be around a lot of black girls to not like them. I just want to know the answer to that. Because he came in this panel. I don't know why he came in this panel. He saw some black girls he must have liked. Okay. It's kind of interesting how that works out. All of I prefer white women, but I'm around a lot of black girls. That's kind of weird. Just notice that the red pill ones,
That's because they can't
they choose to be around a lot of black girls, not to like black girls. Just okay. All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Willow. You got it.
Okay. Well, geez, kind of lost my train of thought. But like I said, they're always mad whether you help them or whether you don't. Um, I've noticed there was a lady talking about how they're online now. Really, ICE is mainstreaming it. Like they're really focusing on like what interactions are going on online, TikTok and different platforms, and that where they're able to get like phone numbers and actual addresses of people. So I'm like, oh, I'm really happy about that because if you got this type of hostility and you came under my family's blood to get to where you are, I don't want you to be here. I really don't. I want you to go back. I want you to stand on your business. I want you to put blood in your land, and then maybe you have a little bit more appreciation for what other people have done. And the disrespect, I just can't. I can't take it anymore. I really can't. I really can't. And though I try to understand, I don't know. But
Yeah, no,
anyway,
I get it. The disrespect is too much.
yeah, all that coming up and don't like that's why I don't black women. Like what did this have to do with women at all? We were just talking about immigration, as if he had a chance with any black woman, and that's the problem. They don't have a chance with black women because we are not attracted to them because they look funny. So I mean, that's just me. Okay, you guys go to the next one.
For somebody who's not attracted to a certain amount of people, they talk about them often.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot.
kind of strange. It's
Talk
really
about them
strange.
quite a bit. Not to be interested. I'm just saying, but okay.
Yep, I noticed that too.
Let me see. Ciara, Sun God.
Say right.
Sarah, Sun God. Okay, my bad. You got it. Wait,
So
where you from, bro?
I'm from Chicago, bro.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. You're FBA or
I mean, I don't mind the term, you know what I'm saying, but I'm Black American. That's well, I'm a black person in America. Came here vis-a-vis the transatlantic slave trade. That's my take on it. But I think this whole conversation is multifaceted, nuanced. I personally, you know, don't I don't feel pro or con on the attitudes of the immigrant groups because again, like I said, it's multifaceted. I understand how a lot of them got here. I understand that some of them probably was collaborators in their home countries with the United States government, and they had to get up out of there when things happen. But I do understand that some of them coming from ravaged communities, just like us. And of course, we have been painted the boogeyman in America for a very long time. So I think that only a select few immigrants actually took the time to study our situation and the peculiar institution that made a peculiar people and put us in a peculiar situation that we're in today. And only a few understand that. And those are the ones I like to talk to anyway. The 85% ignorant that don't know what's going on, I don't really pay them no attention. That's my take on it. I am sympathetic when I see ICE do what they do. I don't like it personally, but I do feel our reservation in standing down, because I think innately we understand the danger that's in this time right now. We're not finna be cannon fodder for nobody. We're not finna be on the front lines of this battle. It's not our fight per se. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we not finna put ourselves out there like that. And that's all they would need is for us to be out there and escalate this thing to a whole nother level. So I like our reservation, but like some of the vitriol I hear coming from our people regarding the immigrants, I don't think it's necessary at all. I think we should be a lot more intelligent in this hour right now.
Okay. What have you heard?
Well, I hear some immigrant groups. I see what's highlighted right now out of Minnesota, with the Somalis and a lot of them saying they not black, they Somali and whatever. I don't got time for that. The ones that say they not black, okay, fine, you be whatever the hell you gonna be. But when the system of, white supremacy touch you, just know you've been touched because you black. So I do hear some in the Hispanic community saying, "Why ain't black people out on the helping us and doing this?" So I'm hearing a little chatter here and there, which I really don't pay too much attention to.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I do agree. I agree and disagree with some of the things you said. I agree with the fact that standing down, regardless of how you feel about the way ICE is doing whatever they're doing, it's not our fight. So we can agree on the fact that this is excuse me, their fight, not ours. So we agree on that part. Where I disagree, and I'm not even saying that we shouldn't have sympathy for everybody, because we understand that the West is corrupt and evil and has influenced and plotted against other nations. I know history enough to not ignore that part. So we understand that. The problem that a lot of Black Americans have today is the attitude and the actions of these immigrants that come over here. All right. That's where we have this issue, because we've been dealing with this almost rivalry, this one-sided rivalry from these immigrants for generations now. And we've been just documenting and counting all of the things and the instances of disrespect, of sabotage, of backstabbing. And now when the bill has come due, now we're saying, hey, y'all, this is the bill has come due. This is your bed. You have to lie in it. So this is kind of the attitude that we're hearing now. Now you've admitted that they've been all like, well, we're not black. We're not black. It's more than just we're not black. They've been saying way worse stuff, and I'm talking specifically about the Somali community has been saying way worse stuff than I'm not black. That's very small and light in comparison and mild in comparison to what they've been saying. We have whole lectures of them talking about how we were one night stands. Most of us don't know their father, to stay away from us. They got songs talk about stay away from the Akata and Jareer, and we got all this crime in the community and all this welfare, and we don't work hard, and we lie about racism, and we make all of these excuses. We got a whole lot of stuff that we have had to deal with and suffer from years. All right. And not even getting into the politics. When they get into politics and try to block reparations, like Brian Donalds and all of them trying to block reparations or kick the can down the road like they did in California with the reparations task force. And please don't get me started on the Hispanic politicians. Please, because they're more openly anti-black than the white politicians in a lot of cases. So we've been having to suffer from this, and the bill just keeps racking up and racking up and racking up and racking up. Now the bill has come due. So we're having a lot of people say, hey, this is what you get. This is what you get. And then people make it seem like we're being unsensitive or we're being haters or we're being evil or condescending. This is the reality of it. Okay, this is the bet that their community has made, and this is what they have to lie in. Now, does this mean that all of them have done that? No, unfortunately. But this is the energy that we get from the community as a collective. And we have evidence and case studies to prove that. Now,
I'm not disagreeing with anything that you said at all. But I think our response, it's just my opinion, I believe our response should be one of putting our emotions in such a place that we move strategically. And that I'm not seeing. It's just the
okay, well, hold on, do you think?
What was that?
How should we be moving? If you're saying we should move strategically, but we just agreed that we should be sitting it out. So what do you?
What I'm saying? Okay, look. Now we can be behind the doors, forming our political action committees, our lobbyist groups, and we create those people. I mean, I don't know. That to me, that's a WAR strategy that, you know, our best and brightest minds should be working on. And now is the time that we send our diplomats to go talk to those said groups. Okay, this is what we need from you. This is what we need. This is what we need. So we go talk to all of them behind the closed doors. And we want you to openly do this. But that's just what I think. You see they attacking you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So here's the thing.
So we can build solidarity underground right now. That's what I'm saying. Is let's just be a little bit more strategic about the way we move. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Let me ask you, if you was to go there and you were a diplomat and you were to go there, what would you ask for? What could they offer us at this point?
What could they offer us? Okay. First of all, we have to. I believe we have to have a measure of unity amongst ourselves, because we need access to them ports. We need some of them. We may need Korea or China, whoever owns some ports in the United States, and they do. The Koreans and the Chinese, they own ports on the West Coast. Look, man, we need a 50-year lease on one of these ports. You know, our business.
Let me add. That's what I'm saying. Let me add this. As far as our strategy, what I say is this. The world is a very big world, and we deserve a lot in this world. We do. I agree with you on that. We do deserve a lot. How we do that is not through this universal coalition of unity and everything like that. The way we do things is through power. We're going to have to leverage power. That's the way Europeans are doing it. That's the way Asians are doing it. That's what we need to be doing. So in order to leverage power, we have to empower ourselves as our own community. So that means all of this trying to negotiate with other groups of people to try to build a friendship and then try to keep that line as a friendship. That's not going to work. We've tried it. It's not going to work. What we need to be doing is our time, energy, resources, money, economics, all of that needs to be focused in the community to empower the community. So we need to be focusing on empowering our own community, because there's nothing that they can do for us right now. I mean, they're fleeing their country. So it's not like they can help us like that anyway. Realistically, they can't help us right now. We don't need to be doing no deals or no treaties with nobody right now anyway. Right now is the time for us to focus on ourselves and empowering our community. That's what we need to be on right now.
You know what? I wholeheartedly agree with you, dear brother. You know, one thing I always say is the sum of the whole is greater than its parts. You know, and what that looks like to me is every part of the body has a function. So it's some of us that got to move like that, and some of us got to move the way you saying. And I believe that they're both congruous. And what I'm seeing the totality of all these problems. You know, we can most definitely fix ourselves up, but at the end of the day, we need access to raw materials and resources. Unfortunately, a lot of those raw materials and resources outside the United States, a lot of them coming from Africa. I know you've seen that clip of this congressman or senator, whatever, and he was saying we got to continue this. It was a Freudian slip, but he was talking about exploiting the resources of Africa. He said continue to exploit.
Yeah,
That was his exact words. So if the economic success of this nation is most definitely contingent on them having access to resources out of Africa, I will argue that if we are to be an independent, successful people within this framework, and when we start building up our economic strength and start building factories and resources and things of that nature, we're going to need access to those raw materials. So at some point, it's got to be diplomacy. It's got to be that.
Can I speak,
okay.
please?
But we run into, I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna move on. I respect the fact that we've had a respectful conversation. We run into an issue when we start talking about a future in geopolitics before we can get our own community empowered. Okay, because then what we run into is trying to build an alliance of friendship with other groups of people that really it's not even realistic to have the conversation of step 10 before we reach step 2. So I'm not saying that in tense in future sense we wouldn't need to get resources and all of this stuff or whatever the case is if we want to be as empowered as we can. Of course, that's what every other nation does, so I'm not ruling that out. You need resources. Every community needs resources. However, right now, what we need to be doing is taking the resources and opportunity and time we have now and focusing on empowering ourselves, because we have had a Black Wall Street, multiple Black Wall Streets with no connection to Africa. We didn't have any connection to any African resources, any connection to any foreign resources. And we've had a Black Wall Streets all over the place. So it's not like in order to get to that point, we need their help. We don't need their help. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we're just going to agree to disagree on the way we go about things.
Understood.
All right. Do ZZBX, y'all have anything to say before we move on to the next speaker?
I just wanted, a lot of people come up here and say, well, now we need to XYZ, and I don't think we're so unified. And I just answer to that. And it's not only Sierra I heard say that. There's other people who might write that. We are doing a lot of the things y'all say we should be doing. You're just not tapped in. And some of the mindset behind the statement that says that, I'd be leery to tap them in, to be honest. I'm not going easy, but I've been on this app for 3 years. I started off on the spiritual side, and I got thrust into a Pan-African room. I thought this was cool, Africans, Black Americans, until I realized the Africans were trying to bully us into not identifying as Black Americans. So we tend to coddle them, and I'm just tired of that. So we are activating, pushing for legislative change, pushing for new identifiers that fit the whole of us, because we don't want the government telling us who we are. We know who we are. There's a lot of things that's going on, and a lot of people are uninformed, but I think they got to go through their own process of awakening. And I just wanted to say that, and then try to tap in. But I don't know. If you easy on the immigrants, I don't know if I'll be the one to do it for you. I'll land.
No, yeah, you said that, you took the words right out of my mouth when you brought up Tulsa and, things of that nature, because we have done it before and we don't necessarily need the outreach to Africa. And we don't control the ports anyways to be exporting or be trading in that sense anyways. That comes with, reparations and separation. But yeah, I think you handled that pretty well. I think that was a cool little back and forth. I like that little conversation, but I'm definitely more in alignment with your answers for sure.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. All right. We're going to have to move on. Let's get to Tony Two Guns. We're going to have to cycle some people out because there's still people in the queue who wants to come up. So let's see.
I can drop. Thank you
Okay.
guys.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Tony Two Guns, you got it.
Yeah, I'm 44. Black American. Straight from the South. Deep South. I lived in Miami at a point in time where I grew up, and I dealt with a lot of something I've learned. I live in Atlanta now, and I meet a lot of Africans over these past 8 years. And one thing I learned about them is you can't trust them for the simple fact that, hey, they love white people, and white people colonized damn near every country in Africa with the exceptions of Ethiopia, and they love them people to death. They will embrace one of them quicker than they will you, and you've never did nothing harmful to them. But those people have been colonized and beat down through their history by those same people that they'll come over here and backdoor you about, trying to get in a better position than you are, trying to gain favor with them. So how can you trust? My ancestors didn't fight for the same fight that African man ancestors fought for. He wanted to be approved by the white man. My ancestors just wanted opportunity. Ain't want nothing given to them, but just the opportunity to prove that just leave me alone, period. That's what my ancestors truly fought for. Stay on y'all side of the track and leave us alone on this side of the track. We already doing what we do. We got our own gas stations. We got our own stores. We got our own elementary schools at the church down there. Our own sisters and brothers raising our children. We don't need y'all over here. The African man ancestors didn't fight. We don't have the same fight. His ancestors have been subdued by white people. How can a man run away from his problems? As a man by nature, your job is to protect and provide. How can I watch white people come and pillage my communities and then run away from my country to another white country and want to be accepted by a white man? But I talk crap about the black man that's on the land. I don't have no sympathy for none of them. Truth be told, the only immigrants I truly respect, because I noticed they have fight in them like our ancestors had, are Haitians and Jamaicans. Africans have no fight in them. They don't talk back to them. You could get an 8-foot tall African, get a 5'1" white man, and that white man could go tell that man, go sit in the corner. Boy, he'll go right over there. Man, I'm not fit to lose my job. The Jamaican gonna turn around and say, Bumble God, the Haitian gonna turn around and say, get mama. The American gonna be like, man, you got me effed up, blah, blah. The African going to sit down, man. And he gonna backdoor you to come sit down too by that white man. That's why I have no respect. The Mexican, the Mexicans, they racist. They don't like us. That's why when I look at LA blacks and blacks, I got a few blacks out of Texas and all these blacks that embrace them. Man, in Florida, man, they don't like us. Them people been picking out oranges my whole life, looking at us in resentment and hate, feeling like they supposed to be in positions that we were in. So I've never understood the embracing of these other cultures, intertwining them in with our movements. Because at one point in time, I heard somebody say, we had our Black Wall Streets. They were here. We ain't need no African resource. We ain't need a mineral. All we did was control our dollar and allowed it to circulate amongst our communities. We have the strongest dollar as Black Americans in this country. Mm-hmm. Man, we send 17 billion of it a year to churches that do nothing for us. We put $17 billion yearly into Black churches that we receive no return on. This is what part of our problem. Because at one point in time in our history, our ancestors met up at churches not to be praising and giving money. No, it was meeting grounds. This is where we plot, strategize. We're going to buy the commercial land over there. Let's build here. The preacher just wasn't in there trying to hunch on all the women and get the money. Black men, this is where the Black Masonic Prince Halls and all of them, they used to meet up in these places and strategize for the community. But you ask an average black person in the church that have went down so bad historically with the scandals in it that we don't even trust the church no more. That was our safe grounds, the churches.
Yep, that's true. I'm gonna let you land. You know, I'm gonna let you land.
Yeah. I land my I'm out. I land.
Hey, real talk, brother. Real talk. That's true. I do gotta add something about the Jamaicans and the Haitians, though. You know what I'm saying? If they do historically, I will always give them their credit for what they've done historically on their homelands. But the thing is that when they get over here, it's a lot of wishy-washy behavior. I'm gonna be honest with you. As far as their alignment with us and their relationship with us, it's not nearly where it's supposed to be. We can look at the way Kai Sanat was acting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about Haitians and Jamaicans in particular, but the Caribbeans in and of itself. They ain't really on code like that. There's
But
some who
but I'm
are.
gonna tell you why.
There's some who are. There's some who are, and I will give them their
But I
credit.
tell you why. And this is
But hold on,
we say this a lot, right?
because I
Florida.
give credit where credit is due. I will give
Listen,
credit where
there's a
credit is
major
due.
difference between Jamaicans brought up in New York and New Jersey and Jamaicans brought up and Haitians brought up in Florida. Florida
Okay,
is like being in an island still. New York,
but okay, but here's the thing, though. Because that's very arguable and that's very debatable. But what I'm talking about, what I'm specifically talking about, is the relationship that Black Americans have with the Caribbeans. All right, because the Caribbeans are known for gatekeeping their stuff. We've had a bunch of Caribbeans get mad at what Michael B. Jordan for trying to do that Gervais rum he did a few years ago. You had Haitians up in there, Jamaicans up in there, all talking about Michael B. Jordan's cultural appropriation. There was a woman a couple years ago who went viral talking about how Black Americans shouldn't be in Carnival and how Black Americans are ruining Carnival. And you had a whole bunch of Caribbeans being all like, "Yeah, that's true. Black Americans need to stay up out of Carnival." So we not, even though I will give you the fact that we face a lot worse disrespect from African immigrants, we're not going to sit up there and act as if there's none coming from the Caribbean, because that's not true either.
oh no, I ain't gonna never say that, man.
All right.
It's always.
All right. So I just wanted to clear that up. Let's get to Big Dan Solon.
What's good to say why immigrants mad at Black Americans over ICE? Because humans, we creatures of habit. So they got used to the habit of us standing on the business and protecting them. And also, they got used to the habit of their parents lying to them. Cause I'm in DC, we got a lot of immigrants. Something I noticed is that they kids got this false sense like they superior than us. And that come from their parents lying to them. So they got a habit of to keep believing lies and actually living them. Then the habit of us protecting them. So now they mad because we kept telling them it's still white supremacy. And now instead of being mad at white supremacy, they mad at us for pointing it out, trying to give them the heads up. Another thing is all these Somalis in the comments talking about why we still talking about them. They keep forgetting that Somali ambassador came to Minnesota and told the forehead in charge to usurp Black people from them seats. And I never heard no Somalis on TikTok denounce that.
Yeah.
That right there, that's almost like a declaration of WAR. You coming where we at saying usurp us for our resources? So that's like you treating us like we some suckers. So the Somalis need to really speak on that. It ain't about, we already know y'all had y'all little fake slave auction and all that. Y'all didn't speak on that either. So like y'all paperwork is dirty, filthy. So don't act like y'all don't know, but that go back to that being used to lying so much. Y'all lie to yourself so much that y'all believe it. I just want to talk to what bro was talking about that diplomatic thing. Bro was talking about it from an idealistic standpoint. What he was saying was good, but realistically, just like Jason Black said, power respect power. Just like you said, power respect power. We can't even do nothing diplomatic if we don't have nothing to enforce our position. We don't have no bargaining chips. And we also gonna have to have power or military to protect those resources that we get if we do get those resources. But I land with that.
Yeah, we are years before we reach that point, or can really logistically have that conversation. Like if we were having that conversation now, we would be I mean, it's almost a fantasy to have that conversation right now. That's how far away in the future that possibly. I'm not even saying this is going to happen or not going to happen. The possibility of us having that conversation is. It's almost like a fantasy to engage in that right now. That's not going to be beneficial. And to also what your point is that yeah, I'm be honest, they did come, and a lot of them do have this colonizing mindset. They come to usurp us. They want to have their people get in political positions so we don't. They will gather around in their private closed doors meetings and talk about how much better they are and how much they need to cultivate power before we do. They come here with the agenda that it's a race between them and us. That's the type of time that they have been on. We have not been on that time with nobody. They're not even on that type of time with the YT folk. They're on that type of time with us in particular. So now we just acknowledge it. And you gotta mute yourself. We acknowledge it. And the thing is that we have too many receipts. So all of this playing dumb and acting obtuse, be like, well, I don't know. Maybe there's a few bad apples, but you can't say the whole root. No, we got too many receipts. And your silence, the silence from their complicity, means that they are the silence of the community shows complicity. Okay? Because their outrage shows. They vocalize their outrage. When they're offended by something, they vocalize it. So when they're silent, that means complicity. So I agree with that. All right. TT, how you doing?
I'm great, family. I'm FBA and I'm Gen X. It says, why are immigrants mad at Black Americans over ICE? Because we said one word, no. No. The issue that they are having, and they are, see, when our ancestors did the civil rights movement and everything else, I really believe, looking back at like a lot of the Sally Struther commercials, I believe these other nations was in cohort with all of that, right? Because they knew just from our history that we have always been the type of people to where when we see injustice, we stand and fight. We didn't look at these other groups. We looked at the bigger head of the umbrella, which was white tea supremacy, right? And so when we did that, we thought what we would be gaining would be allies to be able to combat white tea supremacy. Because white tea supremacy already knows that they cannot destroy or defeat us by themselves. So what they did was they brought in these other groups that we thought will be allies with us. We thought, okay, we gonna take the hit. We gonna help y'all get established, build up, whatever it is that you need to build up. When it's our turn, y'all gonna band together, y'all gonna stand with us, and y'all gonna help us for us to be able to build our communities. We didn't get that when they got up over here. And so they had got so comfortable because they're still under the umbrella of these white tea supremacists. So now they are upset because no longer are we allowing anybody to put their BS up on us, right? For the longest, when it comes to crimes or whenever something bad happened, it all fell up under us. And then they will point the fingers. Oh, but look at you guys, crime rates and everything else. Now that we are saying, no, every man for themselves. Now, instead of everything being pointed back at us, now they got to hold their own stuff. They can't run from the things that they are doing. And now we are starting to see that a lot of the statistics that they are showing that they try to point on FBAs and Black Americans is actually coming from a lot of these other groups. And they don't want that to happen.
That's true.
Number two.
Can I give an example? Just real quick. Just hold that thought. Let me give one example. Remember, since we're talking about Somalians, remember the brick lady who was crying up and down, making a whole bunch of videos and talking about how she rejected some dude, and then next thing you know, he assaulted her, he hit her in a brick or threw a brick at her or whatever the case is. And she was like, oh, Black men did this and Black men watched and Black men, blah, blah. And it became a thing where now Black American men and women were having this discourse and infighting turns out whole time it was a setup. It was a scam for GoFundMe, which is why she's getting arrested now. Okay. And she threw it on our community. See, that's the type of stuff that when we delineate, we don't got to deal with no more. I just want to give y'all a reminder of that. TT, you can continue.
And then now you see them all up in our spaces because they scared now. They scared now because they understand that they don't have no help. These people can't fight these white tea people. Like, nobody knows them in the way that we do. Now they are all of them saying is, well, we don't need your help. Y'all wasn't saying all that at first. If you didn't need our help, then you would have still been up in your homeland building that up. If you didn't need our help, then you wouldn't have allowed these people to make these demeaning commercials and these demeaning things about you guys in order for you to come and get crumbs. And at the end of the day, you done signed the contract with the devil. And now you got to pay up. And instead of us fighting for you, we saying, stand there, do what y'all got to do. We not helping. We don't owe nobody nothing. And now we have been able, it's so crazy how we have been able to open up our eyes and see what we needed to see. What it is that a lot of these immigrants, they thought that they had one up on us, right? Because we had never told them no. We was always, when something go down, it's always us. So now that we saying, no, we ain't been asleep. The difference between us and y'all, and we got to deal with white tea supreme. We have never had the opportunity to take a nap, be sleep. We have always had to watch and pay attention and be careful at how we move. That's a part of our history. That's the difference between us and them. So now that we have sat back, we have watched, we have heard how they felt about us, we have heard how they what they think about us, all this other stuff. We said, okay, cool. Well, y'all go ahead and handle your own stuff. Y'all big, bad, and bold. Y'all don't need us. Stand on your own 2 feet and let's see how that goes. These other groups understand that when it comes to global recognition, nobody is going to think about none of these. The world watches us. And if we don't fight for them, if we don't put them up on the map, the world is going to forget about them. And that's another reason why they are upset, because they scared. They know that they have messed up and they don't know how these white tea people is coming for them. But we understand it. We understand not only are they coming for y'all in this country, y'all done messed up because now they about to do even more damage to y'all in your homelands because y'all done already showed us that y'all been in bed with them the whole time. You was never supposed to allow them to be revealed. Y'all gotta pay. And that's a cost that you're gonna have to pay by yourself. So they're scared and they're upset and they envious, and they're jealous of us because no matter what, say whatever it is that you want to say about us. We have never laid down. We have always fought, and we have fought for the rights of everybody else. There's no excuse to where no other group can't say why they can't accomplish this and why they can't accomplish that. Because through our pain and through our suffering, we still have fought, we still have built, we have still created music in different genres, of education and science and all these. So there's not an excuse. They look so bad. They ashamed of how these white tea supremacists really look at them, because they look at them as weak. They look at them like y'all the majority of your homelands. They the minority. Y'all had a head start.
Yep.
Not only did they have to fight for y'all, but they did it while they was still being oppressed by us. Y'all
But
had a head start and y'all ain't been able to do nothing. So that's all I have to say about that.
yes, ma'am. All right. Big Don, you said you wanted to say something real quick. After that, we'll get to delineationist.
Yeah, I just want to say one more thing. So a lot of the Africans be saying like we need to unify based on race because the YT people do it. But I told them, look, when you look at the YT people, their alliances break up quick. They'll cut each other's throat because they alliance isn't built on high vibration ideals. It's just built on survival. So I said we can't unify based off race. We have to unify based on similar characters, similar morals. So I'm going to move that to this. Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, just said in the next 5 years, there will not be enough jobs in America for everybody because AI will be taking over. So this delineation we doing is really important for our kids and everything. We really have to make sure that we got the resources that we need. And they trying to implement universal basic income. So we definitely got to push the reparations. Like this delineation is way more important than what they saying, like that we jealous of them. No, this is about our livelihood and our kids' livelihood.
Mm. Right, yeah, that's true. We gotta do it. We gotta take what we're talking about very seriously. This is not just a game, this is not just talk on the internet. This is very serious. Delineationist, brother, you got it.
Thank you for allowing me to speak, Afro. I see you doubling up and tripling up on these good talking points. I really appreciate that. What up, BX? What up, Sister ZZ? I see you in the cut. I'm on the plantation, so if you hear a little noise, that's the reason why. My bad on that. But I did want to check in specifically on this because I wanna talk about specifically that Somali situation, right? Professor Black Truth talked about how they were advocating for tangibles on their own, right? Having secret meetings and so forth and so forth. So I did some little digging. Had to put my Negro spyglass on, and I noticed that they were using Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's image, brothers and sisters, to get and push for tangibles for themselves. And the thing that irritates me the most. Wait, I didn't catch that, Sister
The
BX?
Asians did it in around 2016, 2017 when they were
Yes,
trying
yes,
to
yes.
lock our
For the hate crime
children.
bill.
Oh no, but the Asians did it with trying to lock our children. Use Martin Luther King trying to lock our children out of schools like Stuyvesant, what's considered elite in New York. They didn't want our children in there when De Blasio was in office. Go ahead. I was just saying it's not unnormal
Okay.
or uncommon for the
Yeah.
immigrants to use MLK. That's all.
Yeah, and that's the problem. See, when we use MLK for empowerment, right, for our people, to tell us that we're coming for our check and what's owed and reparations and stuff like that, we get shut down by the King family, don't we? We get shut down. They'll stop those type of conversations, right, with the King family, right, the foundation and whatever, the so forth and so forth. But when it comes to these people fighting for tangibles for their own side of the track and their own community, I don't see the foundation hitting them with a cease and desist and telling them to shut up and sit down. Don't use my father's image like that, and so forth and so forth. And you're messing up and tarnishing the legacy and so forth and so forth. See, this is what I'm talking about in regards to this topic. There is power in the word no. There's power in the word delineation. And it's power from us delineating from these other group of people who are not giving us justice, who's not supporting us, and we spent the better of our times spending our civil rights and everything else to support them. Right? So it's really disgusting that they will use Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's image to get tangibles for themselves while you got Ilhar Omar sitting in that Congress seat denying reparations for our people. This is the treachery that we're talking about here. So when I hear somebody that's above the age of 45 years of age saying that we need to talk to them like allies and all that stuff, this is the reason why the younger generation has been distancing themselves, unfortunately, from the elders, because they felt like they're being neglected. They felt like they're being ignored, and they felt like they're not even being protected. And it upsets me that a grown man will say that to somebody that's a younger brother, such as Afro, as a younger sister that I see with ZZ. That really bothers me. And it can be discouraging to our young brothers and sisters. Y'all on the right track. Not every old person is an elder. And not every elder or older person deserve your respect. We got to move in discernment when it comes to certain people like that, when they come on this panel and downplay what we have been through as a people. And I salute to y'all having the respect and the decorum and the intellectual fortitude to stand up and have steel in your spine. I appreciate that. I know that the future is in good hands.
You
Salute
heard
to
that,
y'all.
Afro? You heard that?
I wasn't gonna say nothing. BX
What?
calls everything out. Don't feel no type of way. If she
You
hears something,
wanted
she
some
gonna be like, "What
dramatic
was
stuff. No,
that?"
I'm rolling.
So she's gonna call it out. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I did hear it though.
Your face gives it away, Afro. You know, sometimes you just can't keep the poker face on.
No,
Go
I be
ahead,
making
tell
faces.
you delineationist. I want to hear that tune again. I got the American flag in the
He said, "I gotta
background.
go.
We can
My
do a
break is
little
over."
patriotic.
That's the
No, you know
break is over.
I'm on the plant. Y'all know I'm on the plantation.
Hey,
Every
look,
time
I ain't mad at
all
you,
right.
brother. I
So
ain't.
so that's what I'm doing. So I had to slip away just to give a Negro night salute to the brothers and sisters who fighting on
Yeah,
behalf
the
of our
music
people
of
in a
dramatic
righteous manner.
effect is the point.
So sorry about the horns, but yeah, he really got me fired up about that. Cause I'm like, dude, you over 45 saying this to a young brother and sister? Like that really just that really get underneath my skin.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother.
I
All right,
appreciate it.
all right. Let's get I have to circle through. I know you gotta go, so I'm gonna have to cycle you because you gotta go. Bring up brother I was about to say delineation is bring up brother foundational. Let's get to
Wait, foundational. Do you want to make tell Afro, or you don't want to make the announcement in front of everybody?
Oh no, I don't mind, but I don't want to interrupt. Wait, I'm gonna do it after later on. Thank you so much, VX. I'm gonna do it after this. I don't want to just
okay.
appreciate you.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Congratulations.
Let's get to Cherry. Oh no, let's not get to Cherry then. Okay, let's get to Dino and then Carmelo.
Hi guys,
How you doing?
good. How are you? I've been listening as much as I can. I like to respond to the prompt first, where it
Where you
says,
from? Where you from?
"I'm from Ethiopia originally. I live in the United States. I've been here for over 25 years."
Okay. All right.
Okay. So it says, "Why are immigrants mad at Black American over ICE?" First of all, I don't think all immigrants are mad about this with African American because the decision was made by the government, not by African American or by FBA, whatever you associate with. So they mad of the situation that they're in, but has nothing to do with you guys. It seems like, based on what I read here, you just want to put yourself in a pedestal and people to pay attention to you. I didn't see any immigrant except one Mexican lady saying we need help from African American. Nobody said we need help from you guys. First of all, don't put yourself in a pedestal. But that being said, I'm very happy to see finally that the African American community or the FBA are standing up for themselves, and that's really resonate with me because your uplifting yourself is beneficial also for everyone, no doubt about that. But the way you guys approaching it, I think it seems like every time any you know supremacist talk, you guys are a little bit associating yourself with them. That doesn't look good on you because your ancestors did a lot more civilized way of approaching things. But that just me. But the fact that you're going aggressively to promote your community, that's important. That needs to go forward because otherwise, everybody goes up and but the African American community get left behind. And seeing it moving forward, that's positive. But I wish you guys don't become a little bit negative because
Sound
that's
like that with
more
that one.
divisive. But that's just me.
Now here's the thing. We've had this conversation. We were on for like over 3 hours yesterday, and a lot of y'all. Sorry, I just got a text. A lot of y'all were saying the same thing yesterday. I don't see nobody. We have so many damn clips all year long of you all getting mad and showing frustration with us in particular. All right. With Black Americans in particular. So all of that, man, I don't understand that. Nobody's mad at y'all. No, y'all are. There's several live streams. There's several TikTok videos, YouTube videos of y'all making it seem like we've betrayed y'all and we've turned our back on y'all. All of that stuff.
Then based,
Yes, there are.
okay, yeah,
And
based on the
And this
predicament.
is why we're having this conversation, because that is the type of time y'all been doing.
Okay,
and
based
Okay,
on the
another
you're saying
thing,
for
predicament.
us not to, our ancestors wouldn't want us to sign up. Our ancestors wouldn't want us to align ourselves with white supremacists. We're not doing that. You wouldn't know because you are not connected to your ancestors. You don't even live on the land your ancestors used to live on. So I
That's where
don't
you're
see how
wrong.
you
That's where
have
you're wrong.
I
That's
don't
where
see
you're
how
wrong,
you
man.
have the right. You don't have the right to tell us what our ancestors would or would not want us to do. Okay,
Thank you.
I can't tell you what your ancestors would or wouldn't want you to do because you don't even live where your ancestors used to live. You are so divorced from your ancestry, so you don't have the right to speak on anybody else's ancestry. Your accent speaks to with such a thickness.
I
I can
can.
tell you are not even born and raised here.
Again, you are assuming a lot.
Okay, no.
What am I
So
assuming? What am I assuming when you said you're Ethiopian but you don't live in Ethiopia? What am I assuming?
May I add something?
So you closing the microphone, so I cannot talk. But let me address what you just
No, you
said.
were cutting me off, so
Oh, I'm
that's why your
sorry.
microphone was muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. So when you say you don't belong in your ancestor, I belong to this planet. Just because you put some territory for you and say this is my land.
Please.
Oh, stop.
Stop.
Oh,
Why? We are in a
stop. Do
oh
y'all
my
globalization,
see
man.
that?
God,
Planted my
Stop.
ass.
Can I
The
Oh
hell?
my God.
can I
Don't do
please
that.
respond to him briefly?
I hate
Don't
that.
do
You know
that.
what's crazy?
We
Here's the
are
thing.
in
Here's
a
the thing, Afro.
globalization.
Hold on. Here's the thing.
1 minute,
Here's the
because
thing that
you know
Muhammad got
you
wrong.
piss
I'm gonna
me
tell you what
off.
Muhammad got wrong. Here's brother Muhammad. Here's what you got wrong. One, there's been plenty of videos of people saying, Black Americans, why aren't you jumping outside the protest? Black Americans, why aren't you protesting? Matter of fact, there's a saying that they always said, well, you guys are next. Why would they have that saying if that wasn't the case, if they didn't care? Let's be clear. We got to stop playing games. Now, if you say you ain't see it, you seen it, but of course you're going to be disingenuous, right? And then you're going to say, I love that rhetoric when you guys say when you flee your land, you want to say you indigenous to the planet. Let's stop playing games. You fled your country, you forsake your birthright, and you put your right hand in your chest, and you pledge allegiance to the flag, to another flag. That's what it
Yo.
is. Let's
Well,
stop playing.
I did make an announcement. Maybe Dino missed it. Keep your mouths off of our ancestors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we had this
Let her do
issue
that.
yesterday. So you got your own heroes over there in Ethiopia. Use them for your little scenarios, but don't use ours. Okay, we tapped into our ancestors, obviously, or we wouldn't be the wealthiest out of the what they call the black race. Let's be clear. When I'm in a room, don't talk about my ancestors. Don't mention them.
I just wanted to add to Mr. Dino, the Ethiopian. I was listening to you and you sounded like you were trying to give us some sort of a pep talk because you said it was good that we're standing up for our community and that because the black community gets left behind. And I wanted to correct you. We've never been left behind because if we had been left behind, you wouldn't have been able to come here. Okay.
I didn't
You're
come
here
because of
because,
you. I'm sorry.
excuse me, I'm talking. You're here because of what we did. And what we did in our country, you haven't even done in your own. No, we've never been left behind because we stood here 10 toes down and we fought. We got it out the mud alone. And while you're talking about our community, as if we haven't done anything, since 1960, since 60 years since we've received civil rights, we have 14 billionaires, over 2 million millionaires, over 6 million Black American families making over $100,000 a year, record low poverty, below 13%. Okay. Black owned businesses have brought in a revenue of $211 billion. We have almost closed a wealth gap in less than 60 years of people who had a 400-year head start. So I think you need to give a pep talk to your own people. And you might need to talk about what we did over here so that you can go back in Ethiopia and build up your land and you don't have to flee. But we don't need a pep talk because we've been doing this for over 400 years.
And for 400 years, what did you
You're
accomplish?
just not in a position to even do
So
that, to be
Oh, there
honest.
goes that anti-blackness.
And then
we
look,
accomplished way more than the continent of Africa. So I know you're not joking right now. We do like the sister said, we do 1.9 to 2.6 trillion dollars. The whole continent of Africa do 2.8 trillion dollars. We do 3/4 or 85% of what the whole continent of Africa do with 1.5 billion people. Let's stop playing games. And we're projected to hit $103 trillion by 2050, and you guys are projected
We
to
have a
hit
net worth of
29 trillion.
5.96 trillion and we have a spending power of 2.5 trillion.
Have you
Okay,
guys
Right.
the
been in
whole
Right.
net
Africa?
worth
Okay,
of
okay,
the
hold on, hold
continent
on,
of
hold on, hold
Africa is
on, hold
2
on,
trillion.
everybody, hold on.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when you give that pep
Everybody.
talk, you give it back to your Sam
You
Levin
never
Hey,
been
people
in
when they
okay,
give
Africa.
it.
You're just
everybody,
talking.
hey.
Yeah. I don't know why everybody so crashing
Okay,
out.
okay.
But
Let's keep the decorum. Let's go to the next
yeah.
speaker because there's some people who haven't spoken yet.
Yeah.
All right.
So can I answer to them or not?
You just no. We're
No,
gonna get
you're
to
done.
Parmela. You
Foundational is a
said
mod.
enough.
Hello,
One
We
minute.
got
Ho.
enough from you.
1 minute, y'all. Foundational is a mod. Let's not forget that. He's a mod. So he will come up and interject in something, same way I would, okay? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hello,
Yeah.
Ho.
I was gonna end it on
How
this.
are
All I
you
was gonna say
doing?
is that. Oh, go ahead, Pamela. My bad.
Oh, that's cool. Hello, Afro.
How you
Hello,
doing?
BX. Hello, ZZ. And
Hello.
other panelists, how are you?
Peace. Peace.
Okay. Why why are immigrants mad at Black Americans or ICE? They're so mad and so hateful and so jealous. They even don't get along with their own people in that big dusty continent. And then they come here and try to chastise us, and they in poverty. And they see we getting along, and this is a powerful time to be in. And I am blessed at 66 to be in this. I am so happy. I wish my parents were here to feel what's going on. And what else I want to say? ICE, because ICE is doing their thing. Please, I wish I was a guy. I'll be stacked on each side and have my beautiful ICE shirt on, doing what I got to do or do what I have to do. This dude Dino is ridiculous. I couldn't breathe at what he was talking about. He called us a bunch of African Americans too, with all that broken English.
You
Mm.
call yourself that way, not me.
No, you
No,
did too. Say
no,
that you're
you
a
did say
liar,
that.
and don't disrupt me because I did not
Yeah.
disrupt your
Don't
Yeah,
come
she
start.
off
You
was
your
called me
mic.
very
that.
respectful. Y'all let her say what she got to say.
I just lost my train of thought, host. I appreciate you
But
for
you,
letting me up. I lost my
because you were
train of
talking
thought.
about if you were ICE, you would have a shirt, and you. That's what you were saying.
Yes, and I'll be packing on each side, and I'll be taking care of business, getting all these illegal immigrants out of here.
Mm.
That's what I would be doing, especially when I was starting in the California Bay Area, which I can't breathe right now. And I have visited the city, and it's much calmer right now. I don't feel
Mm.
scared anymore. So, anyway, I land my plane to my beautiful black people, and I love you guys all.
Well, thank you
Much
very much. I
love. Much
appreciate you.
love.
Okay.
Love you
All
more,
right,
Miss Penny.
let's get to King Vegeta.
I was up next. All right. So why are immigrants mad at Black Americans over ICE? The reason why they're mad is because for some reason they believe that we don't belong here. For some reason they believe that we are on equal ground footing with other minorities, even though we're not. We've been constantly telling them that we are, true Black American. I mean, true Americans at that, not just Black Americans, true Americans, and they don't believe us. And so now, when push comes to shove, when we have the government, extracting everyone, and now and now all of a sudden, the chickens come home to roost. Not only that, but we heard a lot of smack talk, especially in California. I don't know where everyone else is from, but in Cali, we have a lot of Hispanics talking down on Black Americans, talking about, oh, Trump is going to do this and this and that for third against, Black Americans. But we show that, we see that what Trump is actually doing against Hispanics at that. On top of that, we see that Hispanics are also joining ICE, but for some reason, they're still attacking Black Americans as if we're the hateful group and we're the ones that's spouting all this, when really all we're doing is taking a step back. Not only that, we have constantly seen Kamala Harris put out other immigrants in front of us with resources, housing, food, and things like that. We see other illegals encouraging other illegals to come to America because of what the government has been doing of giving out free resources. So that's like the spit in the face of Black Americans who've been fighting for reparations, right? So when it comes to why are immigrants mad at us? Because we're not fighting for you anymore. We're standing up for ourselves, and we're only going to do for ourselves. And to me, I think that's what's the best priority for Black Americans. I'll land it.
Hmm. And I want to say when people because people bring up that y'all mad that we're quote unquote taking your jobs, and you're mad that we're taking your jobs, and they twist that to make it seem as if we're jealous of the opportunities that we're getting. No, it's not. We're jealous of anybody else's success, because we're not. We're not jealous people of other groups of people. The issue that we face is that our success is met with so many unnecessary racist obstacles and barriers and sabotaging and setbacks. Our success is met with, our businesses is met with more vandalism than anybody else's, more fines, more setbacks. We're denied access to education, capital, resources, opportunities, and we got to get it. We really do have to get it out the mud. All right. Despite all of the setbacks, pushing through all of the setbacks, and then other people get to come through and they get to be put on a rocket boost and then go ahead and everything. And then when we call out the hypocrisy of the country, of the government, then it's, man, y'all sound like y'all jealous. Y'all sound like y'all just hating that we just smarter and more cultured, because they will be put on a pedestal while we got to walk up the stairs. They're taking the escalator up the stairs, or an elevator really up the stairs, and then say, well, I mean, it's just because y'all lazy. It's just because we come over here and we work hard. And if y'all was like us, y'all could get it too. So at this point, not only what the government has been doing, but the immigrants who have been complicit with it and have been disrespecting us all along. Now the bill has come due. Now we're saying, okay, fine. Let's have a clean slate with everything now. All right. Because it's not like y'all was coming over here benefiting us like that. No way. As a matter of fact, your presence here was actually a net negative to the community. All right. Realistically. So let's have a clean slate with all of that stuff. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to apologize. I didn't mean to go off. I'm tired of the disrespect and their lies and all their stereotypes. Black Americans are doing very well. We're the wealthiest Black people in the whole diaspora. Just remember
Yeah.
that.
No, that's what I was gonna say. You went off on me. I was on your side.
No, I wasn't going off. I was
Okay.
correcting the numbers. I was saying it was higher.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
No,
to
you
be rude.
good. I didn't answer the prompt yet. After, I don't know if you want me to.
You got it.
All right. So the reason why the immigrant class is mad, because now this is the age of Aquarius. First of all, did I say hi? I'm mad rude. ZZ, what up, ZZ? What up, Afro? What up,
How you
yes?
doing?
I just came up
I
here
forgot to
and
say
stuck up
hi
here.
too, y'all.
What up,
My
King
fault.
Vegeta? I apologize.
Hi, everybody. My fault.
So the reason why the immigrant class is mad, because now this is the age of Aquarius, and all the dirty secrets is out now in the forefront. All that we came here with, and we pinched 2 pennies together and we made it work. All that's out the window, because we saw that they scammed their way utilizing NGOs, what they call it, but we call it nonprofit organizations, and you using these nonprofit organizations to fund, using American money to fund their scams, right? So they use nonprofit organizations, use that American money to open up a business, have 5 or 6 wives, have them be on food stamps, use that in these grocery stores, bring all that free food over there to these grocery stores, and have 100% profit margin, right? And then sell it back to the community. So they scam the community and then sell the community the food that they scammed the community with. So they took money, so they're getting double the money. So this is how they were doing it. That's one of the many ways they were scamming our community. But then to come turn around and say, nigga, in 2 years I made from nothing to 100%, and lying they behind all, but they scammed the whole way. And that's what it is. So now they can't. So the problem is they can't go and hide off and hide behind us and make us seem like the worst of America's problem no more. Now the light is on them. Delineations of real problem is kicking they behind. So now there's, back in the day, if this situation with Somalia would have happened, we would have said black men, and we all kind of went with that, like, damn, my brothers is bugging out. But now since we delineate and we said, hold on, there ain't no black man, that's a Somali. Yeah, that's a Somali American. And that's what that. Oh, that's an African American, or that's an insert country American. And this is why this is kicking them in the butt, because now they have to own up to their degeneracy. They can no longer be the garbage trucks and back up and dump their garbage on us anymore. They have to own up to it now. And that's a problem. right? They have to own up to the fact that they utilize programs specifically for immigrants, financial programs, school programs, and all these programs, but then classify under classification of black, so they also get the scholarships, the grants, and all that Black American scholarships also. So they double dipping and jump roping, but then turn around and tell you, "Oh, we made it out the mud with 2 cents."
Yeah.
These people got the most aid and resources that I ever seen in my life, and would gaslight you and make it seem like they did the best in the world. And had they did that, why didn't you do it in your own countries? Because you know daggone well it's because y'all scamming over here, and that's really what it is. And we found out everything, the veil's been removed and everything, and you guys are out naked, and we see y'all for what you are, scammers. We see y'all guys for what you are. Because if we go into your countries, us versus y'all, we outpace y'all. If you look at Ghana right now, our people outpacing everybody in Ghana. We building infrastructure, building schools, building everything. We building Ghana 2.0. Now it's Miami 2.0 off the backs of our people.
Yep.
Set billions and billion dollars on the table, and then we're not talking about the billions of dollars on the black market either.
True.
So these people are funny people, and that's why they're really mad, because they love when they sat back and we was the world's problem, because they could just have that be the issue. But now everything's revealed, and now they out in the forefront, and all the world's coming at them, and they feeling the heat, and we sitting back because they want us to be their Superman. See, they used us being the body bag or the bullet bag for us to jump in front and be the bullet bag for their atrocities. We're not doing that no more. We've been doing that for the last 65 years. We've been pouring into everybody cups for the last 65 years, and now for the first time, we pouring into our own cups. We tired of being the emotional currency of the world. We tired of jumping in front of people with trials. We're not doing that no more. So if y'all want to be mad, be mad. But listen, we on our own. We doing for our own, and we practicing our own group economics like y'all been doing. And I'm going to say it like I say it all the time. Little Ghana in the Bronx, little Senegal, Harlem, little African town in Philly, little Ethiopia in D.C., and all throughout the 50 states, you guys separated a long time ago and made your own communities and enclaves. Now we're going to finally, for the first time in 65 years, do the same thing. It is what it is. Black Americans, we up 1,000. I'll land on that.
All right. Hey, we got a lot of people in the room, and we don't have the people to like ratio is super off, y'all.
That screen.
It is super off. Come on.
For real.
Let's tap the screen, y'all. Let's get these likes up. Come
Hello,
on, y'all.
host.
Everybody, let's mass tap real quick. Everybody, let's mass tap. I don't want to turn the comments off, but come on now. This is something else.
You know what? And foundational just made me think of something too. Another reason why these people is mad is because for Black Americans, we are in a predicament where we know both sides. BX mentioned this too earlier, how we nobody really knows the ways of the YTs, especially the American YTs, like Black Americans do. But even on the other side of that, nobody really knows the ways of these non-FBAs the way Black Americans do as well, because like he was making a point of, they come into our neighborhoods and they exploit. So we've been saying that these Asians been cooking other things than chicken for a minute. We've been saying that most of them braiders in them African shops ain't certified. We've been saying that these people are blocking us out of these restaurants. These Hispanics, when they get into these restaurants, they block us out. So these are things that we experience firsthand because they come to our communities first. And so, yeah, I think we kind of like a double-edged sword where it's like either side, we're able to expose the position that we're in. And the fact that we're not aligning with them while they're getting deported and dealing with ICE, the fact that we have the opportunity to, because a lot of Black Americans we don't fuck with the police anyway. We ain't really, you know what I'm saying? That's not really our steez to be calling police on people regardless of the context. But even the fact that we have the opportunity to, we could be the first ones to do it because we experienced this shit firsthand. So we can call because we know what spots to blow up. We know where they at. We know who's, you know what I'm saying, who's really who. And so they don't like that. That's kind of scary to them that we are in a position and that some of us are actively doing it, just like the way they harassing that sister out there in Minnesota or in Columbus, Ohio, and she's exposing all them damn Somalians out there that's using government assistance, but also got foreign cars and using EBT to fund their stores and things of that nature. So it's a double-edged sword where Black America is, that we are in a position where we could turn on y'all for real. You better be lucky that we just ain't helping your ass, because we could really turn on y'all if we wanted to, and that scares them. It also enrages them.
Can I
That's
add to that
true.
real quick? 5 seconds
Host,
because
can
Sister
I
Lady said something
interject?
real
Hold
quick.
Can
I
on,
just
hold
got.
on, hold on. Everybody
Oh,
can't
he
talk at
started
the same
bugging out.
time,
Can I
man. Come
add
on now.
5 seconds to that, brother? Because these
Yeah.
just made me think about something. If we had the mindset that the immigrant class had, right, with the I come here for opportunity, I come here to take what's been taken from me. If we had that mindset, we could literally say, you know what? I want to join ICE for opportunity and make my $50,000 bonus check,
Yeah.
right? And I want to make my six figures, 144,000 a year. This is only for opportunity, no love lost. We can do that because there's a lot of
Hmm.
money in ICE. I'm telling you right now, $50,000 off the top and on the back end, and 145,000 a year. If we had their mentality, their nasty, vile, demonic mentality of taking from and distracting regardless of what people feel and how people are and stepping on other people's necks, and we had that mentality, we can definitely at 40 something million people, we can definitely do it and elevate our community tenfold, six figures each at 40 something million people. Let's be
Yeah.
clear, but we don't operate in that manner. So you definitely hit the nail on the head, sis.
Real talk. Real talk. We're gonna get to Manny. Hold
host
on, dude.
interject
Hold, no,
next?
no, no, no. It's not your turn. We're gonna get to Manny's football, and then we'll get to you.
He would have talked.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Because I want to be quick because I still do got to get to YouTube later on. So I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to speak. Manny's football, you got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quick. So I'm originally from Ghana, and I stumbled on this live. All I want to say is that black immigrants are not mad about the whole ICE thing. You know, I don't understand where that is coming from,
Well, it's
and
coming from y'all saying it. So that's where it's coming from. It's coming from the videos and live streams of you all in your community saying it. So that's where it's coming from.
Hmm.
I
So now
mean,
what?
hold on, one quick thing. So, you know, the black immigrants are like could be from multiple places from like in the world. So like just because you see a video here and there does not mean that everybody feels that way. I mean, to be honest, if I wouldn't have stumbled on this live, I I honestly wouldn't even know that there's like such a sentiment.
Okay, well, now that you do know that there is a sentiment that exists, whether it exists in the entirety of the community, which nobody is saying, or whether it exists in whatever percentage, what do you say about it?
What do I say about it as in what? Like,
What do you say about the people who are mad that we're not helping?
oh, I mean, I don't think you guys should fight their fight, honestly. I mean, it's
Okay.
yeah, I mean, they're here illegally, and I mean, if they're here illegally, they need to be deported.
That's all you have to say?
Yeah, and the other, I mean, the other thing I want to say as well is that I mean, I support you guys' delineation movement. I mean, I've heard about that as well. The only thing I would say is that the hostility is kind of like it's kind of a lot, you know. But I mean,
Hostility.
what is it?
Hostility, you said, right?
Yeah, hostility. Yeah, like there is like a lot of and a lot of some misinformation as well. I want to say, but I mean, I do support you guys. I mean, I do
What
feel
what
like you
what
guys.
misinformation and hostility have you heard?
No, it's just like because I came in on the live earlier, and it's like whenever you know an African is saying something, it's like even if it's true or yeah, even if it's true, there's like this
Can you
anger
give me an
towards them.
example, a specific example of the
Well, like
misinformation that you've heard?
well, okay. For example, the brother earlier he said that African Americans are building Ghana 2.0 and like are helping Ghana economy and all this stuff. I mean,
That's
to some degree,
misinformation. That's not true.
to some degree, it's true. But the way he's making it sound like, you guys are the only one responsible for Ghana's
Did he?
economy.
Okay. Did he say that? Because when you call something misinformation, you're saying that somebody is spreading something and trying to create a narrative that is untrue. And now you're just conceding to the fact that what he said was true. So what part of what he said that you now agree with is true is misinformation?
I mean, I don't agree with it, and this is what
You
I'm
just said
talking
it was
about.
true. You don't agree with it, but you said it was true.
But can you agree with me that the way he made it sound, it was more like, oh yeah, it's
Is it the way he made it sound or the way you took it?
Right.
no,
That's what it sounds like.
it's the way.
Where is the data? Where is the data showing that you guys are helping in Ghana?
Who are you?
I need a
What's
link. I
happening?
need data. I don't
Keep
just
talking.
need hearsay.
Are
I
you?
need
Hold on. It's another. I thought somebody else came off their mic. I was like,
Right, me too. Like,
you
what the
just
fuck is that?
All right,
transformed into a female.
He needed a translator. That's what it was. He got his translator out.
He took off the voice changer.
he just jumped in.
Okay.
Sorry, bro.
Where's the data, nigga?
Okay. Hold on. What's going on? What's going on? You got your wife on? That's your wife. That's your woman.
Yeah, that's my
We
wife.
need facts, data, numbers. We don't just
I
need you talking, saying that you're
Okay. Now
helping.
hold on. Your husband just agreed that it's true. So are you gonna disagree with your husband
no,
because he just
I
agreed?
said,
No. Because if you're gonna say it's not true, hold on, ma'am. You're questioning the legitimacy. You should have did that before your husband conceded. Because your husband just admitted it's true. Now you're coming here questioning that it's not true at all. After
And wifey said, nah, don't be saying no, don't be agreeing with them Americans. Where's the data, nigga? Let me see the data, niggas. Where's the data, nigga? Let me see the data, niggas.
Oh, is he talking? No, that's not Afro. That's
Gotta come
I
back.
think his phone died.
Yeah.
Oh, there
okay,
you
hold
go.
on. No, I got a call and it messed up everything.
I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell? Ooh, why you got Mona Lisa?
Because that's
You
the
know,
default setting on the thing. That's the default setting on this thing. Hold on.
Oh, I'm waiting.
Yeah. I gotta change a lot right now. Hold
Yeah,
on.
take your time. Do your thing.
Oh wow. Okay, hold on.
In the meantime, while you do that, Ghana was in debt with China up until before the year return. They was definitely in debt, right? They was owed millions and millions of dollars to Ghana. Actually, if you look at what's his name, the comedian Michael Black's son, they actually robbed him. He talks about it online because they needed to pay the money, so they kind of held his money. He talks about that online, how he got robbed by his own people during that time.
Oh, he's from
And
Ghana?
so they, I'm sorry, go ahead. What's
He's
that?
from Ghana? I was just asking.
Yeah, he from Ghana. Michael Blackson from Ghana. And so they decided to come with a manipulation called the year return, where they manipulated our people emotions as currency and how our people go down there. Our people were the majority that came down. Now there was a few Caribbeans, a few Jamaicans here and there, but our people were the majority that went down there. And we was building schools, infrastructure. They're still building infrastructure down there because a lot of roads and things not done in certain parts. I have a lot of people. Matter of fact, I could bring one of my friends up. She go in and out of Ghana all the time. T-Tom, she can go even more in depth. She talks about the black market, where that's where more of the money going, and actually trying to push more the money transfer into the black market. Also, and she goes in depth on that. And so again, there's a lot of information online on the fact that people went down there and built infrastructure, schools, roads, and all that. I don't understand what's so surprising, as if I'm saying something that's outlandish. And there's my people that's going down there. They have given my people land for only not 50 to 99 years. They don't even get generational wealth. You can't even own the land unless you have a Ghanaian or somebody there, right? So my people's opening up business down there that they only can have for 55 to 99 years. There's no real generational wealth. So we at a point right now where there's no real jobs out there. And then if you have a business, it's so much competition. So the main scheme is bringing Americans or tourism, bringing as much people as possible. So it turned into a year return to now it's the Ponzi scheme. So you're going to see a lot of people promoting. You see them getting these stars out there. I used to party promote back in the day. And one of the ways to get people out is the stars, right? I used to have a guy named Pops. I forgot the name of the guy. My shoes, my glasses, whatever his name is, Ricky Blaze. And then I had Max B, whatever. But I had people come out. That's how you make people come out. So they're doing that now. You see a lot of people, Sierra out there. You see a lot of these people come out because they're trying to bring tourism money over there and scam the people. Let's be clear. Be honest if you're gonna come up here. Don't be disingenuous.
I mean, I'm not being disingenuous.
No. You here's the thing. You were being a little bit more truthful, but I can tell you got some beta male energy because you were being. And I'm gonna be honest with you. You were being more honest before your woman came up there, and then she started lying, and then you fell behind her lying. You already agreed that Black Americans were out there helping Ghana. You already agreed to it. And then, that's what you did. And then when she came up there and denied it, then you, because you want to get some sex at the end of the night, you started falling behind her. So don't do that, dude.
Can I talk? Can I talk or no?
No, we got to move on to the next person.
See, this is what you guys do. You can't be objective. You guys are just
no. You are walking your statement back, and we don't do that.
We like truthful people. One of the thing about us Americans, we about truth. And if once you look like a liar, then you honestly lose the credit, and nobody want to talk to you. We walk on truth. Even if you started off disagreeing and you stand on truth, we would have been with you. But you started off lying, family. So we're gonna move on.
That's enough from you.
Yeah, you couldn't be a more.
Yeah, have a good one, family.
Now he getting bucked. He getting bucked, trying to impress his lady.
Trying to impress his wife.
You see, he was civilized before his woman came in the room. Now he want to speak with this. No, y'all don't talk to me like that.
She said, "You better get them American niggas. Don't let them talk to you like that." You right, baby. I'm gonna get them.
Oh, they can't handle me. You see, they kicked me off, honey. You see, they can't handle me. I'm the truth. Okay, all right. They ain't trying to look. They ain't trying to mess up your marriage, but don't come up here. Look, he went in the closet, be all like, "Actually, I do agree with you guys."
And she said, "What you said, nigga?"
Dude, you said that's true. She
you
got
you better tighten up, nigga. Oh, you right? Yeah. Yo, Black Americans, you are wrong. I'm done.
All right. Look, he heard the door open. Y'all will not disrespect me like this. He was like, "What?" He switched up real quick. Oh, okay.
Oh,
the woman in the room now. Okay. Okay, I got you. I don't hate the game, I guess. Let's get to Mally.
He ain't gonna get no foo-foo tonight. No foo-foo home tonight.
No foo-foo.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
Thank you for having me on your live.
You're welcome. Where you from?
I'm from Tunin from UK.
All right.
Originally from Somalia. I'm following what's going on in America.
Okay. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I think some Black Americans, some of them, they've gone back to Africa, invested there, started some business. So to say that Black America don't invest in Africa, that's not true. I think like Black Americans, your ancestors originally, some of them they came from Africa. So I think it's good to reconnect with your root in Africa. While you live in America, that's one. Secondly, in terms of what happened in Minnesota with some Somalians, I think if anyone done any fraud, no matter what community he's from, the person who did the any fraud or crime, they are responsible for that. So we should not generalize the whole community. So I'm not saying you guys generalizing the whole community, but I think it's good to have a more honest perspective, on that.
Well, the thing is that we're, as far as the fraud and all of that stuff, we're highlighting the fact that is a common behavior. Do we have to generalize the whole community? No, but it's more than enough for it to be not an isolated event, which is what you guys are trying to make it out to be. You try to make your success, and here's the problem with immigrants. Y'all try to make your success and y'all contribute any success, any positivity to a cultural characteristic. If you guys graduate college, well, that's because of your culture, your hardworking culture. If you guys become a doctor, that's because of your culture. Start a business, your culture, family values, your culture. Then when it comes to something degenerate, something unpositive, negative, then well, hold on, let's not generalize. Let's not. It's not a cultural thing. Let's just kind of keep it as an individualistic thing. The people who did it, they don't reflect the community. Nah, it don't work that way. Okay, because y'all like to flex. Y'all be doing a lot of flexing as a generalization on us. So okay,
Honest,
we just gonna have to, if we playing spades, we're gonna have to play spades. Y'all be switching up spades, goldfish, all that. Y'all can't switch it up. Y'all
so
moving the
what?
goalpost. You know what
So
I'm
why?
saying?
So
So this
sir,
is what
why?
immigrants
So why is
this
it,
is what
sir,
immigrants
that?
do, and that y'all gotta stop that. All right? Because
So
y'all
when
don't
you
mind
when
generalizing us. We got
so when
whole
you
video
say
that
Slow down, family. Slow
hold
down,
on.
family.
We got whole videos of y'all making generalizations about black Americans. And y'all don't say nothing about that. But then when it's y'all community, y'all actually don't mind being generalized if it's positive. But when it's negative, then you know what, hold on. Let's not generalize. Let's not talk about all. Nah, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. And the truth of the matter is we're not generalizing y'all as criminals. But what we are saying is that the bad outweighs the good from the collective of the community. It's a net negative. There are positives, but if you have a +5 and a -8, the -8 outweighs the +5. And that's what we've been experiencing from y'all community. So that's just the reality of it. You got that? So, all right, we can move on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was mute. Sorry, I was talking in mute. So basically, I think if someone did fraud, the person who did is he's responsible for that. You know, let's say for example, yeah, if Black American commit a crime, yeah, can I say that? Oh, this all Black American? I
Nobody,
can't.
Y'all
You
okay,
do.
know.
stop, because you're using a straw man argument. Nobody is saying all, but what we are saying is that y'all are known for little legal, to be honest, illegal loopholes that y'all take for your business practices. Not just the Somali community, but a lot of y'all immigrants are known for that. As Foundational said, a lot of y'all know for using different welfare scams so y'all can fund y'all businesses, and then y'all get positive was you net positive. Okay, y'all don't really have to pay for anything because the government is paying for y'all supplies for y'all businesses, on top of the fact that a lot of y'all, especially when it comes to restaurants, if you didn't know, everybody who's cooking in a restaurant needs a certification, needs to know food safety and all of that stuff, and whether that's fast food, uh uh what what's that, not a rest, what's that, fast food, what's that other thing, a buffet. Regardless, if you're cooking food to serve to people, you need to be certified to do that. Food truck, all of that. Y'all be having a whole lot of y'all cousins coming over there chopping up meat, just chopping up cheese and bread, making
Mm-hmm.
sandwiches, and they don't got no food safety certification.
That's
All
true.
right. And we know a lot of y'all do that, and y'all been doing that for a while, and we know about it. Okay. So
I
a lot
think
of
what
y'all have been skating under the radar doing illegal things. And I'm not saying every single last one of you all, but a lot of y'all do. All right. And this is
I
something that has empowered y'all community, and then y'all use that to flex on us.
what empower our community is when my community came in the 90 to USA, you know, in the last 25, 30 years, majority of them, they gone to college, university, they get educated, and then they found a job.
Majority of
Of course,
Somalians got
yeah,
college.
majority.
Hold on, you're saying majority of Somalians who came around what, 2001 or 2002 got college degrees? Is that what
No,
you
I'm
said?
talking. No, I'm saying the people who came from. I'm talking about the last 30 years, starting from 90s. The last 30 years when the Somali came to USA. Yeah,
So
they get.
majority of Somalis from
Yeah,
2000,
yeah.
from the 19,
Let
from the
me finish my
90s.
point, and then you can
No,
respond.
no,
Yeah.
I'm
No, no,
asking
no. You've been doing that all day. Now you want respect it when you talk. No, no, no. He gonna give you the same
so you're
energy.
saying, I'm just asking, you're saying majority of them have college degrees?
I'm saying the last 30 years from the 90s and up to now, the majority of Somalis, they get educated, they find the college universities, and for example, in Minnesota, They work in all kind of different sector, you
Don't
know, and those,
generalize. You just said not to
yes.
generalize, and here you go.
So that's what happened. So the people who did fraud, they are responsible. You can't
Okay,
scope the
we're
whole
gonna
Somali
move past
community
this. We're gonna
for
move
people
past
what they
this
did,
because
you
that's not
know.
the truth. And let me say
Okay.
something. A lot of y'all immigrants, pretty much all of y'all immigrants lie about that college stuff. All of y'all be lying about that college stuff. There's not as most of y'all who came over here didn't come over with student visas. So most of y'all who came over under the guise of being an asylum seeker and
Yes.
refugees. So
After
hold on.
yeah.
So most of y'all don't. All of these communities, they say, well, the reason why we're so successful is because most of us got degrees. There's not a single community. Most of y'all do not have degrees. Most of y'all do not go to,
I
there's not
think
a, not stop. When it comes to the African communities, okay, whether you're talking about Somalia, Nigeria, South Africa, all of y'all, majority of y'all do not have college degrees. And I'm talking about legitimate college degrees, not fake degrees. Okay.
So let me put this
Legitimate
out
college
there.
degrees, most of y'all don't have that. And you attribute your success to college degrees when only a small portion of your population has that. Most of your success comes from the fact that the government subsidizes your community. That's where most of y'all success comes from.
I have to
Right.
disagree
So here's the
respectively.
stats, right? Somalians of all people are like global welfare recipients,
Damn.
right? So in the United States of America, it is said 88% of them are on some type of public assistance. Only 11% of Somalians have degrees. And there's also in Minneapolis, and it's been going on for years, the GANGS issue within the Somalian community. So they're not these upstanding citizens, but I believe it was President Obama that took away that we want the best of the best, and now we got unskilled people here who need assistance. I mean, welfare, not those business incentives that they give them. Like, let's cut it out. Trying to put Black Americans down at every turn. Not sure that you did that per se, but your people over here in America really ain't doing as good as you trying to make it seem that all of y'all are doing. So
You
it's
know what
coming
it
out
is?
that Somalians are on some type of assistance globally. Wherever they migrate to, they're on some type of, if that country has a welfare benefit system,
So what's
that's
happening is,
Somalians.
you know what's happening with the Somali in general,
Okay, we're gonna hold
whether
on
it's,
because I'm gonna let you land and then we're
yeah.
gonna move
Yeah,
on because I
I
gotta
want to
get
hear his
something to eat.
excuse.
Not just
Go
Do you
ahead.
Somalians.
want to talk about different point?
What do you have to say?
Okay, what I have to say is the Somalis, number one, we don't have any problem with Black Americans. I agree with you. People who did the fraud, of course, if they committed a crime and then there is a law, they will be deal with it. But to generalize the whole Somali community is not right. You know, that's the thing. The thing
She
is
gave you the
also
stats,
is
so she didn't generalize. She gave you
so
stats.
Where'd I
so the also.
generalize? Are you
Yeah,
stat?
but the stat you talk about, it is not something I've done research or read, so I
So
can't
go
comment
That's
on
on
research.
that.
You
you.
gotta
Now,
go
That's your
do
what's
that.
problem.
interesting is
Go
that, and
research.
to what I just
Go
said,
But to say,
they
but to
don't
say
mind
that,
generalizing when it's something positive. And
Right.
you
Stay
just
on
proved
mute,
that.
son.
Because when you talked about, well, most of our success is because when we came here, we went to college and we got educated and we got degrees. You didn't mind generalizing your community when it came to getting college degrees, when it came to being educated. And then when we proved that actually most of y'all quote unquote success comes from the fact that y'all get welfare. Hold on, let's not generalize. Let's not generalize. You did exactly what I said y'all do. You
the
after here's the thing. After I said you do it, you said no, we
Literally.
don't, and then did it.
the
Exactly what I said you do.
the people who are successful in America are
Okay, I
the
think that's
Somalis
enough
who
because
are
you're just
Was
educated
repeating
that
and
yourself.
Yeah,
time?
You're
yeah.
Let's
He
repeating
move
just
yourself.
wanna
on.
he just wanna
That's
feel he's
enough.
a
We're
feel
moving
good.
on.
It's
You don't
copium.
understand
That's
how
what it is.
stats work.
Lord Jesus. They always don't know. That's the convenient cop out. Is I don't know. I don't know that stat.
have
Get the
any
hell out of
point
here.
you want to ask or
No,
talk?
Nah,
that's
you're
Move
enough.
done.
on.
Because if
You're
you
We're
don't,
done.
done.
here's the
We've
thing:
heard enough.
if you're
Yeah.
not educated, Mr. College Degree Somali, if you're not educated enough on the statistics, then we can't have a conversation with you. So we're going to move on. All right. Go talk
Okay.
to your educated college degreed Somalians and learn about your statistics. Okay. All right.
Two in the box. Can we rotate him out? And the one
Yeah.
next to him, But
Yeah, because we're not
remote,
gonna be on long. I don't
no,
wanna.
he's talking about Nigerians are the most educated in the group. I
No,
said out of
please.
We are the
immigrants,
most
and he
educated.
said,
Get over
"Hello,
it. We're more
You mean out
educated.
of
shut
black people?
up." I'm talking to the
Period.
host. Have some decorum. It's always you telling.
Us Nigerians are more
Stay on
educated.
the
Oh
mute
Lord.
button. Stay on the mute. So he's going to be this whole Nigerians are the most educated, but he's not emphasizing out of the immigrants. And we don't even know that
Nigerians
to
are the
be
most
true.
educated.
We don't know that to be true.
Nigerians are educated in what? Actually, sir,
Thank you.
what are Nigerians educated in? And this is why I don't even like to use the
We're
word
the most
educated, because what
educated.
does that
We're the
mean
most
exactly?
educated group in the U.S. Like,
You're
why
the
you
most
guys whining
educated
about
in
it?
what?
Stop
There's a
crying
lot of
about it.
different fields. Educated
Stop
in
crying
what
about it.
exactly?
We're even the most educated in the UK. Like, look, I like Black Americans, but
You
you guys
sound
No,
don't
no, no,
fat
no.
listen.
still.
Answer the
I don't know
question.
why you sound so fat and sloppy. It
Give it
sounds like
flat
you're
out
laying on
for
the
sure.
stomach right now.
You're hostile. You just want to preach to everyone.
Hostile?
I don't
Wow.
care what you guys are.
Now, okay, you're the most educated. You're the most educated. I said educated in what? That's a question, Mr. Educated.
Everything
Educated
is
in
fraud
what?
to you guys. We're the most educated group. We're the most educated. We're one of the highest earning group in the U.S. So stop
That's
Nice.
a
whining
lie.
about it.
Okay,
That's a
okay.
Stop
lie.
whining.
So how when we outnumber you? How? We outnumber the
We're
Nigerians
the
here.
most
How, sir?
educated
It's
group
not
in
mathematic.
Canada,
Wait,
in
wait,
the
wait. You
UK.
got to hear the last part. It's not mathematically possible, sir.
If you're brave, stop muting me. You know.
No,
So
because
if
if
he's
you're
so,
gonna, because the thing is we can have a disagreement. We could sit up there and have a back and forth. But if we're the most educated group in America, we're the most educated group in the world. If you're not gonna say, if you're not gonna say anything, okay, you're the most educated group in the world except Nigeria.
Right.
Y'all the most educated group of people. Notice he said America, UK. He didn't say Africa.
Mm.
Y'all
mm.
not you brag about being the most educated group outside of the continent you're from, because y'all not the most educated group of Africans. Y'all brag about everywhere you're not from, though. That's the crazy part to me.
And you know what's crazy, Afro? I find it funny. I feel like it's copium. Is a way where they can look in the mirror at night to feel good about themselves because he said he's the most. I guess he said he's the most. Makes the most money, right? He's talking about I guess the house income. When you put 20 Uber drivers in one house, yeah, you're gonna make about $150,000. We don't do that. We don't have a million people up in one
20
house,
Uber driver.
right? If we were to have 5 to 6 to 7 black Americans in one house, it'll be $1 million homes. Let's be clear. But we don't do that. We have maybe two, a family of husband, wife, and maybe a kid. That's what we do. So when they're looking at that, they're saying, "Oh, we make a lot of money, nigga." No, you got 20 Uber driver, taxi drivers in one house. So yes, the income is going to be in the six figures. That's 100% right. See, they don't know how to read it. They look at that and think they're making more money. And then if you want to talk about education, how do you quantify it? Because you guys are under the status of so-called black. So how are you quantifying that if you under status of black?
Yeah, they
Let's
don't
be clear.
disaggregate the numbers as far as the Nigerians. That's something y'all just been saying. Y'all don't actually have no statistic to verify the fact that you guys, even of the immigrants, are the most educated. Y'all don't really have the data to back that up and verify that. Y'all don't have more degrees than us. And then your education and success ratio is not higher than ours. So what are you talking about? You're the most educated. And if you mean degrees, there are some people who have multiple degrees. Are we considering those things? There's some people, you might have a bachelor's and this person might have a master's. They are both educated, but who's more educated? So there's a lot of nuance in the education conversation. On top of the fact, not only the Uber drivers, a lot of y'all do fraud and scam old ladies
Yep.
for credit card information, and we know about that too.
Especially them damn Nigerians. They
Y'all
be
are
on that.
known for that. Y'all scam everywhere. Y'all. That's why y'all be getting banned everywhere. I'm surprised y'all in the UK. Come
They
on,
got
y'all the
banned so
most
bad.
disliked. Don't. Come on, Nigerians are the last people to talk. Honestly,
They got
don't do
banned so
that.
bad. They got banned off of TikTok, man. That's bad. Getting banned from countries cool. You got banned from TikTok. You know you are. That's
Yep.
Yeah,
crazy.
seriously. That's
Wait, wait,
insane.
wait, wait, wait,
I've
wait.
seen why they
Hold.
got banned on
The
TikTok.
country got banned?
They
Yeah,
got a
they got banned
curfew.
from
They got a
They're
TikTok.
curfew.
They
like
got a
they're not
curfew on
Oh,
banned.
that's
TikTok.
They can't
crazy.
do a
Yeah, they got a
live.
curfew.
Yeah, they got curfew lives.
Let me get to. Let me get to Miss Simone.
Hey y'all.
How
Thank
you
you.
doing?
Thank you. Thank you. Look, I just want to say this for the record, because I see all these crazy comments. So we've made it very clear that Black Americans are the ones responsible for opening the door to this immigrant American experience. Yet all I see is people saying that we have no power, no community, we don't own anything, we don't have any influence. So let me be clear for the people in the back, because I don't hear anybody talking about this. If Black America took to the streets tomorrow to stop ICE deportations as a human rights issue, you could bet your bottom dollar it would stop. So stop saying we do not have power. We were born and raised alongside white America, not Europeans, not Asians, the most powerful whites on the planet. And so if they are the most powerful, then so are we, the most powerful blacks. And understand this. If it were left up to white America, Black America would be in the same predicament as the homelands you left. We built this country. We built the neighborhoods you sleep in, and we will continue with or without you, just as we did before you all arrived. I land my plane.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
True.
you, Mr.
Let's
Moore.
get to, because I really do got to get to YouTube, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all follow Afrolean on YouTube. But this has been a really good conversation. We still got a lot of people in here, so I appreciate that and all the gifts and likes and all that stuff. The next person is, let me see.
I believe it's
Hyperdrive?
yeah. No, I believe it's so long. Then high yeah. I wanted to butcher the name. And then Six Rings.
Is it Hey FBA?
What? You paying Candy Cane?
Hi.
What's going on? Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
I don't know the fuck I just did.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where you
we hear
from? Where
you.
you from?
Where am I from? Ohio.
Well,
Originally
what's your
from
ethnic background?
East Africa, not Somali, but East Africa.
East Africa. Like where exactly though? You're Ethiopian or something?
Eritrea, not
Okay.
Ethiopian.
All right. Well, what's on your mind?
What I want to say is I don't think Somalians or anybody is mad at black people for ICE because the Trump administration is against black, and we know that no black Americans don't work with Republicans or with any racist government. So we don't blame anything that's going on to black Americans. I don't know where that came from.
Okay. Well, since you don't know, you need to just listen then, because it is going
Okay,
on,
okay,
and we're not
okay,
gonna sit up there
okay,
and keep doing this with every single last one of y'all. Be all
okay.
like, I don't know, I don't know.
Can I finish? Can I
At
finish
this
first?
point, you
I
guys
don't
are
know.
testing. Stop. At this point, you guys are testing my patience because you've been up here long enough to know what we've been saying. There's been plenty of videos. If you want to come up here and say, I don't know what we're talking about, then you don't need to be in the conversation. So we can just move on past this point because we have receipts of you all doing it. Y'all denying it is not going to get rid of that. All right. If you don't know, you need to educate yourself, and we're going to move on then.
Okay, can I finish though?
No,
I
you
don't.
don't know. You just
Ain't
said
no
you don't
point.
know. So that's enough. You don't know because that is what's going on.
Man,
Okay.
they know that. They play dumb. These
So
sucks,
that's
they be
enough.
just playing
Yeah,
dumb.
how you gonna have a conversation on something you don't know? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, I can explain my other points. Then can we go past that?
What other point do you have if you don't know why we're having this whole conversation?
Okay, especially you, why are you only mad at immigrants that are from Africa? Why
Oh
are you not
Lord.
Do you see?
from
Do you look at this
other
one right
people?
here? Do you
Objection
see
is
that one
crazy.
right there? He's not from Africa.
But I haven't seen anyone talking about other people.
Well, other people have not come on here.
Thank
It
you.
was
And
some
so it's been
Hispanics up here
Africans in
yesterday.
here.
And
And here's
also
the problem. Here's the problem.
all
The
of
prompt,
you
ma'am.
bring
Hold on, ma'am. Because
okay,
the prompt
all of
doesn't
you
say
bringing
Africa. Stop, ma'am. Stop it. Because
Crashing
the
out.
prompt does not say Africa. You all are centering yourself. The prompt
Exactly.
doesn't say Africa, doesn't say Nigeria, doesn't say Somalia, doesn't say anything. You all are centering yourself coming up here. It says
Mhm.
immigrant. You all are making it about yourself.
And I literally brought
They
up the
know what they
Mexicans.
are. They
I
know
literally brought up the
they're
Mexicans
not black.
earlier.
They're immigrants.
Yeah,
Hmm
me too.
I literally brought up the Mexicans earlier is the fact that they wanted us to jump in front of their protests, and then they said that we're next. So I brought that up. So you can't say we talking about just Africans when I brought up the Mexicans earlier. You see, the problem is you want to, like the brother said, you want to be at the forefront. You want to center yourself. You want that
Okay,
center
so
of
when I
attention.
talk, 3 or 4 people will answer me. They're not gonna let me finish. At least let me say
We
what
Ma'am,
I
you
weren't
want
asked
to
a
say.
talking
question.
to
We
you, man.
answered
We
the
were talking
question.
to each other. We're not talking to you. We're past you.
Oh,
We're
Okay.
talking to each
Ma'am,
other.
okay. If you
Okay,
came
let
up
me.
here,
Okay,
here's the thing.
let me say something. I heard about people talking about statistics also. Do you believe every statistics if I pull up crimes
Every
about
what?
crime statistics?
statistic.
Oh,
Statistics.
she's a
Statistics.
stat stick. So what the hell is that? All right.
Okay. English is
Statistics.
not
Yeah,
my
now
first
here's the
language.
thing. If you all stop,
Okay,
if
so
y'all
guys,
stop,
if you
ma'am,
believe
that's enough. That's enough. Because if we don't believe in statistics, then okay, fine. If you want to challenge your statistics, fine. But what we're not going to do is allow y'all to pick and choose which statistics are convenient for y'all
no, I'm
because
not
y'all
saying
love
that,
to
but
use
generally the numbers,
Why y'all
if
keep
you see that.
crashing out, family? Why y'all do that?
That's not a
Y'all,
good
y'all don't
look.
have no decorum. Y'all act like savages sometimes, family. Y'all prove this the freaking TV right sometimes when y'all come up here and do
Okay.
that. It's embarrassing. Go ahead,
You
brother.
project that shit on
That's
us.
because y'all believe every statistic that makes y'all look good. When y'all have the statistics about y'all being the most educated, when y'all have statistics about y'all house income and y'all annual income, y'all believe all of those statistics and flex with those statistics. Then when we bring up
How is
statistics
you all?
about
When you say you all,
when
who
we
is you
bring up
all?
Oh
Why
my
you
verifiable
God.
generalizing?
statistics, okay, well, if you can't be quiet, man, you need to go someplace. Okay, when we bring up verifiable statistics, then it's, oh well, we can't believe in all statistics. Then no, we're not doing that. You first came up here saying that you don't know what we're talking about. Why am I only mad at y'all? Why? No, it's disingenuous,
It is.
and you guys are crashing out, and you're making your community look bad when you do that.
It's embarrassing, really. It shows you have no decorum. Your reptile brain activates, and y'all start going crazy. I think we got 6 rings next.
All right, and then we won't bring anybody up anymore. We'll have 6 rings, Solon, and then we'll wrap it up there.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. Where you from?
I live in Minnesota. I was originally born in Africa. I'm Somali.
Okay.
I came here at when I was like 4 years old. So I
All
spent
right.
most of my life in in the U.S. Educated here. I went back, visited a couple times too.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you have to say?
I feel like with the prompt saying why are immigrants mad at black immigrants for ICE, I feel like when it comes to me, I can only speak for myself and what I see out of my eyes and my experience. When I was I still live in Minnesota, but during George Floyd, brother, I seen a lot of Somali people that was out there marching with, uh, the Black Lives Matter movement front line, and now I feel like now that this situation flipped, and now what I'm saying, ICE or the government is against us.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like what I'm saying. I feel a little disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's the same talking point y'all brought up yesterday with the George Floyd thing. And this is the videos that you guys have been making the whole time that you guys have been helping us with George Floyd and y'all was out there protesting. Which for the sake of the argument, let's give you guys that. Why, if you guys were protesting for George Floyd, why is there such a denial and hatred of being black? Because y'all swear up and down that you're not black. You swear that up and down. Y'all are known for that. Okay? And there's been receipts of y'all. There's ambassadors that have come up here and y'all have been plotting with Ilhan Omar to usurp in politics black Americans. And we got receipts of Ilhan Omar and a lot of different Somalis in political and immigration positions that will confess to this. So there's a lot of anti-blackness that stems from your community.
No, I
That's
totally
very
agree with you.
one-sided.
No,
And then y'all want to bring up George Floyd as if, okay, that means y'all been with us the whole time.
no, that's the only reason I brought up George Floyd is that's the most recent thing I could think of, And not only that,
And the
but
only thing.
Yeah, I'm like, we've had cases way after
And
I would
George
the
like to
only
say
Floyd. I'm
something
confused.
about that.
More recent
'Cause
cases that
And
you can bring up.
my thing is even it's right after y'all went to being anti-black right after the whole George Floyd thing. A
Yeah.
lot of people did that. They marched with George Floyd because it was fun. Y'all saw it
right.
as something to do. Y'all saw it as a trend. A lot of y'all used it to boost y'all profiles up,
Yep.
to flex on social media like you guys are really doing something for the cause and doing something for the movement because that's where the society was at the time.
Yeah.
And then a lot of y'all use that as an opportunity. A lot of immigrants and other organizations co-opted and used the opportunity of the Black Lives Matter movement for immigrants and other communities and things
Yep.
of the sort.
And
But even if we want
intersectionality.
to give you the legitimacy of your activism for George Floyd or for the quote unquote Black Lives Matter movement, what about all of the anti-black racism we've seen after that from
when
your
it
community?
when it comes to my people, Somali people are very xenophobic, you know? And
Okay.
it's just not Somali versus African American thing hate. Somali people in Africa, when they're in Africa, bro, they can't stand other Africans too. So it's just, you
Okay.
feel me? They're very xenophobic, bro. You know what I'm saying? It could hurt you. It could help you too. You know.
Okay. Well,
But
y'all got to do something about that then.
Oh
yes,
wow.
Y'all got to do something. I mean, telling us that y'all hate everybody is not
Doesn't make me feel better.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not really doing that. No.
no,
Don't
it's
be the damn thing to me.
And
it just
and
it,
that and that's the thing, Six Ring. Like you kind of proved that point. You can't come and get mad at the response to the degeneracy that you guys do. Instead of coming to us and saying, "What's the problem with us?" You should be making live saying, "As a Somali, this is our issue. We need to fix this." That's the problem. You guys want to allow the loud minority to run rampant, and the quiet majority want to sit back, only come out the bushes when we respond to things. That's when the quiet majority come out the bushes and want to say something. But when the loud minority run rampant, y'all quiet. Y'all let them, and that's why we look at all of y'all the same. Me personally, I generalize because the loud minority sit back. Them not saying nothing is an agreement with the loud minority.
no, and then
Is
also
an
Okay, no,
agreement.
wait. No, before you go, Six Rings, right? Because George Floyd has become a talking point, and they always latch it on to BLM. Not all Black Americans supported BLM. We understand how the organization was co-opted, and it was actually Caribbean run, right? Not even Black American, but there was a Pew Research study that showed during the protests, Black Americans polled felt that things would change for the better for them, that they would get the things and the support that they need, from either the government or other demographics, which would include Somalians. But interviewed a year later after that initial research, over 50% of them has said nothing has changed. So basically, and they had lost hope for what you are trying to say is support. They didn't feel supported. So please stop using George Floyd as a talking point, especially if you can name 5 other times, because George Floyd, may he rest in peace, wasn't our only tragedy.
Right.
And you can't name 5 times after, because we still got bodies in the North being harmed and brutalized by correctional officers, and bodies in the South being strange fruited. Please stop using our pain as a talking point, especially when you have men from Somalia crying they can't marry a child. Like, focus on that.
But for real.
All right. Let's get to Sulan because I want to wrap things up.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a lot of people in
Alrighty.
the.
I know, and we did this yesterday. It was like 15 people in the queue. Now we
Yeah,
got
you got a
20
lot of
people in
people.
the queue. Oh my God,
Yeah.
y'all.
I want
You
to
said
tell
it's 20?
Somalians
It's
that
like
you've made
it's 12.
yourself
Oh, 12.
Somalians have made themselves the face of immigrants. That says immigrants, and all we have is Somalians. Why are you talking about us? Nothing says Somali on there. Nothing says Nigeria. It says immigrants. And
I
there's
hit
also a
dog.
little,
I hit dogs is
Y'all
going
have
on
came and
today.
centered yourself.
Right.
Yep.
Y'all have sentenced yourself. So I'm going to drop you if you don't come off Teacup. Are we finished with him? Because he's on
Yeah,
Teacup.
we're getting to Sulan.
Solam Pisces. Yeah.
Sulan Pisces. All right.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
Fine.
I'm doing pretty good. Hey BX, hey ZZ,
Peace.
hey Foundational.
Peace, peace, peace. How you doing?
I'm not gonna do it, P. Vegeta. I am tempted to say it, but I'm not gonna say
Please don't. Not here. Hey.
it.
Well,
I'm not.
what y'all
I'm not.
got going on?
Huh?
I said, what y'all got going on?
No, we ain't got nothing. No, I get. He got a
No, not
nickname.
like that. I mean,
Oh,
inside joke.
yes, it is
What
a
is
joke.
it?
Um.
Just don't do nothing
Okay.
in front of BX because she gonna call it out. She will call it out. If y'all think y'all low key
I
flirting on the
know.
low, she
I
gonna be
know.
all like, "Are
No, no,
y'all dating?" Hold on, BX is known for that. She
no,
will, if she sees or hears something, she gonna call it out. Y'all
no.
ain't gonna have no
I am
secrets.
so.
Don't fly with
Now,
BX. She will call it
BX,
out and
you
make
know,
y'all announce it. Come on
she
now.
would.
If
She would.
look, black love, we love it. We love
No,
to
no,
see
no.
it.
It ain't nothing like that. He got a nickname that I call him on his live. When he put me up on the big screen, I call him by his nickname.
Okay.
So it's no more, no less. Um, so yeah, too bad that Nigerian got dropped because I went and did some research. See, that's the thing about me. Don't tell me like y'all do all this grand stuff because I immediately go on my computer. So when he said, "Oh, we are the most educated in the UK," actually, it's the British Chinese and the British Indians.
Mm.
They said pretty much black Brits kind of go through the same hurdles, a similar hurdle than with quote unquote us, like similar hurdles. I'm doing air quotes when it comes to the school systems there. So they face a whole bunch of roadblocks. So no, they're not that successful as they try to brag to be. Half of their stuff they brag it can be easily debunked. Um, Also, the whole on the panel why immigrants are mad at Black Americans over ICE is because over the years they got so used to us putting ourselves on the line for them while they sit back and make their fufu, eat their tacos, eat whatever Somalian people eat. I don't know what they eat because I don't care. Um, while they go and sit back and do that, drink their beers and whatnot, we was doing a lot of fighting for them. And since we, came to our conclusion like we need to sweep around our own front doorstep and worry about us and not them, yep, they're getting mad, they having a problem. And pretty much that's how it goes. Over the summer, it's funny how over the summer we got Mexicans, during the fall, we have Nigerians. Now we're heading to winter. And now in winter, we have some Somalians. I don't know which minority group immigrant group that's going to come after us during the spring, but it is what it is. um, but yeah, and so pretty much that's to sum everything up. It's like everything they say, everything they brag about themselves, it can be easily debunked. Just a good Google search. And I'm so sick and tired of the whole George Floyd thing. Only reason why a lot of y'all protested for George Floyd, it was not because it was a good thing to do. It was because it was a cool thing to do. And then also that protest gave everybody and their mom an excuse to get out of the house because we was facing a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So it really wasn't about him or his life or anything or our lives that matter. It was just basically it was pretty much to sum it up that hey, you know what? I'm tired of being stuck at home. The only two places I can go to if I'm over the age of 21 is either the grocery store or the liquor store. And I want to get out and get some vitamin D. Hey, this black man got unalived by the hands of the police officer. So yay, we're gonna go out and protest. This is art. This is the easiest way. Everybody get your mask and let's protest. And pretty much that's how they did it.
Yep.
You know what I just realized remember they were accused of looting or something at the protest. So
Mm-hmm.
if all these Somalians and all these other people were out there, who was the only ones accused? The Black
Oh,
Americans and
Auntie!
Somalians.
Oh yeah, we were
You
accused,
know what I'm
Auntie. I
saying?
was
Nobody else got accused but Black Americans, right?
But
I
you know
just
who the
find
one
that
who really did
weird,
it?
you know.
No, but you know who really did it? Because I was in the back door.
It was the white
I didn't.
people. Was
No, it was in Minnesota. I was in a back door. I was in the loft in the back door, just kind of peeking, just listening.
mm-hmm.
And Auntie, guess what? You know who it
What?
was?
Who?
It was them, the Somalians.
Oh.
Yep. All right though.
They were the
Wow.
ones they was the ones who was doing
Thank
all
you
the
for that,
looting.
y'all.
And it came out of their own mouths.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of Somali, you got a Somali secret admirer in the comments, Brother Afro. The girl named Beautiful. She said she want to marry you, man. I don't know. It's a weird thing. You could talk down on people and they just want to marry you. That's crazy. It's some weird. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's
There's
Look,
up
some
with
kinks
that.
going on.
I
Benefit,
get it.
you
I get
know.
it.
She trying to get that citazenship.
I get it.
Yeah,
She
she said I
wants
want
the
that green
baby real
card.
quick. I understand.
Uh-huh. She said I want to fix this incest.
Now I be saying some wild
I
stuff,
want to
Man,
but
fix
he
this
that
really
was
took
incest
it.
lineage.
wild.
She was like, my
That
brother,
was
my brother ain't
wild,
hitting it right.
Grumpy.
She's like, my brother ain't hitting it right. I'm gonna go with a Black American. My brother ain't hitting it right for me
All
no
right.
more.
All right, that's
What you
enough,
sipping
y'all.
on,
That's
Foundation?
weird.
I want what you having, bro.
You gotta have fun with this, man. If you ain't having fun, you going crazy.
That's true. You do.
Hmm.
You
That's
gotta
wild.
laugh sometimes. All right. Let me see. Okay, we can wrap things up. We'll wrap things up there.
No problem. I'm mute.
Make sure y'all listen to For the Culture. Go to For the Culture on YouTube. All right.
Mhm.
Go to For the Culture on YouTube. That way you can listen to all of the playbacks of everything. All right. The playback of, we just had a playback from the other day. Have a playback of this, have a playback for a lot of stuff with a lot of good content on that. And make sure y'all follow so that way y'all can join the conversation for next time. Also, I'm about to go live on YouTube. I'm literally just downloading a couple of clips real fast. So I'm about to go live on YouTube as soon as they're done. And y'all, I want y'all to join me there. So I would appreciate that. That's Afro Elite on YouTube. All right. Thank y'all, family. Much respect and much love. Let Zizi, any final words? Any?
Final words. Yeah, it's crazy that these Somalians, these Africans in particular, came up here and was projecting so much, talking about us. One of the guys said we was pedestalizing ourselves, and it's just crazy how they come in and do exactly what they're trying to say we do. We're aggressive, and there's so much hatred and anger behind our words, but then you guys, as soon as y'all get triggered, you start to crash out, and that anti-blackness come on out. It always gets exposed. So I think y'all need to look at your reflections. I think y'all need to talk amongst your people and check each other, because clearly y'all got more issues to deal with than to be worried about what the fuck is going on over here. But yeah, so yeah, they're mad. They are upset. Because Black Americans are delineated. We are not worried about everybody else. We're not putting everybody's food on our plate or everybody else's problems in front of ours, and they're upset about that. They want our attention. Not only do we push other people's we push along their plight. We get their problems solved. We help them get their problems solved, but also they just love our fucking attention. Let's just keep it a bean. Come on, because I don't be joining no African panels. I don't join Somalian panels. I don't join Ethiopian. I don't feel a need to peek my head in those spaces. That ain't got shit to do with me. I don't need to know what's going on over there, baby. I'm worried about Black Americans. That's why I keep my black ass in black business. But they find their way over here all the time because they just like our attention. They just like the interaction that they get from off of us, whether it's positive or negative. And so that's also enraging their ass because they're not getting that attention that they usually get. So, it is what it is. They're gonna be all right. Take your hard working ass back to your country and work hard to build that joint up instead of coming over here and leeching off us. I digress. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate the gifts. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.
All right, y'all. All right. Y'all make sure y'all follow and all that. Let me see. Oh, I can't switch it back. Oh,
I
yeah.
got you. Let me see if I can. Oh, there you go.
Okay, there we go. Appreciate y'all. I really do. We got a lot of people still in here, so thank y'all for that. Make sure y'all go to For the Culture on YouTube so y'all can listen to all of the playbacks, all of the lives, all of the podcast episodes, all of that good stuff. All right. we really got to do like an end of the year shout out for y'all, because we started off the channel with like about 2,000, and now we over 10,000. So we really got to give y'all some type of shout out video, shout out live stream or something like that. But we'll work on that. So thank y'all for that. BX, can you close us out, please?
Sure, Afro. This was a very good live. I was able to remain calm. I just ask that to all the immigrants still in the room, keep your mouths off our ancestors. Okay, I'm not calling anybody anymore. Very disrespectful to talk about
Mhm.
y'all have exploited them enough. So Afro, when is the next time you will be coming back to TikTok to go live?
What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what time I get back. If the city council and all that stuff. Depends on what time I get back from there. I might be able to do it because I still have a live stream. So, possibly tomorrow, but it's not a guarantee. I'll say that. All right.
No problem. You know I'll be in your inbox. Afro, are you going live tonight? Mm-hmm. All right. Great live, y'all. Love, peace, and reparations to my
Foundation, you said
foundational
you
Black
wanted to announce something
Americans.
to me though, real quick or
Oh
Oh,
something.
yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead, Marshall.
if you don't mind. So I finally finished the 8515 program ebook. The 8515, for those who don't know, the 8515 program is the program where 85% of our average monthly income outside of utilities and savings go into Black American owned businesses. And for our loving Black Americans, the 15% go to other communities, right? But we're prioritizing 85% of what we spend into our community, into our businesses. And so pretty much what it is a roadmap, a journal, and a step-by-step on how you can in increments increase 85% of your average monthly income, not doing anything outside of yourself, but doing things you're already doing, buying things you're already buying, and replacing them with Black American owned businesses. So instead of going to GNC and buying that let's say any protein shake, you get Just Move. We all know what Just Move is online. Instead of getting laundry detergent from I don't know where we get laundry detergent from, you'll get True Detergent, which is Black American owned and a veteran owned, right? Instead of going to the halal spot, you go to that soul food spot. So all you're doing is replacing what you're already doing and putting it into Black American owned business. We talk about COTs. We talk about how we're going to use the tax system. It's a whole plethora of information. I'm excited. It's going to start off as an ebook, and maybe in a few months, I'm going to turn it into an actual book. And I'm going to have a whole book drop. So it's really exciting. I can't wait. And I'm definitely going to show a sneak peek probably later on, probably sometime in the future. Definitely, brother. I'm excited. But yeah, 8515 program would not only be the program that for this generation, but for many generations, because we got to understand, I'm going to land on this. The reason why we at the quote unquote bottom of the total pole, and they said $1 lasts 6 hours out of the day, is not because we leave the community. It's because we walking across the street to the African spot. We walk across the street to the Haitian, Jamaican, the Vietnamese nail salon, the Italian pizza shop, and all these people that's parked into our communities like leeches and taking part of our 1.9 to $2.6 trillion. So the moment we do what they've been doing for the last 65 years, and they've been doing 100-0, but again, the moment we do our own group economics, do 85% of our money and put it into Black American owned business, it's going to be catastrophic, because 9 to 15% was able to almost destroy Target. Just 9 to 15%. Imagine 85% of our Black American owned businesses. Right, so that bottom of the total pole would flip in 24 hours if we go into Black American owned business. So that's all I'm gonna land on. That is a lot to it, family. I appreciate y'all for giving me the time. Let's get it, Black Americans. We up 1,000.
That's a blessing. Congratulations on the book. That's a blessing.
All
Thank you,
right.
thank you, thank you.
All right. Be looking forward to that. Y'all make sure y'all follow so y'all can join the conversation next time. Thank y'all, everybody. Thank y'all so very much. With that being said, y'all go to YouTube. Go to Afro Lead on YouTube. I'm gonna be on there in a couple minutes. Y'all have a good night.